All right, how do we do this? We may be live, we may not be live. I'm having a difficult time setting this up for some reason. Always. It's always a bitch. We're going to dismiss that, and let's bring this back down. Boom, 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 boom. Check one. Short-circuited Brian. Starting early tonight. Check one, check one, check one. My mic sounds nice. Mo. Am I on the right channel? Chris Vodka, man. What's going on, Braj? Big shout out to you, man. I got to talk to you because I got a couple bucks for helping me out with that thumbnail, man. I want to talk to you more because, okay, here we go. We're good. Shout out to Chris Vodka, man. And if anybody needs help with graphic design stuff, and I actually have a brewery looking for a graphic designer. So shout out to Chris Vodka, and I got to put you in touch with a couple people, man. Thank you, Chris. Cheers to you, Braj. Sounds like a million. Million what? Good things or bad things? Sounds good? Here, we're going to have Brian from Short Circuited Brewers coming on tonight. It's just Paul, man. What's going on, Braj? Mr. BRC 304. Activate Windows. No, I'm not going to pay $100. G60. Guy, yeah, baby. All right, man. Captain TJ. I'm going to take your guys' non-trolling comments for it. Okay, good. Thank you, Captain TJ. We are good to go. We got Short Circuited Brian coming in, man, and I'm excited. Big shout out to you guys for watching the last Homebrew for Life video. That was fun. I've never had a video get that many views in the first 24 hours, so shout out to you guys if you watched it or just even if you didn't watch it, shout out to you for being here right now. You're making Sober October hard over here. I'm not Sober October. I'm drinking right now. I did 11 days and then caved for the Booze Brothers anniversary. I didn't know if I'd feel more guilty not showing up and drinking beers with my friends, my good friends, or if I would feel more guilty breaking Sober October. And I thought that not showing up and drinking and hanging out with my buddies for their 8th year brewery anniversary was more of a dicker move. So I caved, and now I'm caving again. So a couple beers in the last 14 days. Never hurt anybody. Not even that one time. Brian, I want to get you on, man. Shout out to Brian. He's got a good YouTube channel. Brian was waiting on you last night until he realized it was Tuesday night. I know. I thought it was Wednesday night last night, too. Really quick, though, let's pull Brian in here. We got things we're talking about today. Big shout out to Jonathan Elliott and Eric Lane, who came on last Thursday. They're opening up a brewery up there in Astoria, Oregon. And it's good to talk about the trials and tribulations of opening up any business in 2021. And then Apartment Steve, the night before that on Wednesday. Big shout out to Steve. Tom Alvarado, man. What's up, brunch? How are you, Tom? Goose Fraba. Shout out to Goosey out there in Texas. No more Sober October. Sober October is going to turn into Sober November really fast. What's up, Noel? What's going on, brunch? Are these things working? Yes, they are. Okay, let's kill this. Hope everyone's good. I know it's kind of sick season, and we're starting earlier tonight. Brian's coming on from Short Circuited. He's on East Coast time. Good for the East Coast people, bad for the West Coast people. Yeast, you uploaded a video at like 11 o'clock last night. I used to do stuff like that until I found out it cost me a ton of views. You want to upload around like noon to 2 o'clock, Mondays through Wednesdays. But it was a great video, beast. What up, Shannon? Hi, Kai. How's it going? What's fermenting? Nothing's fermenting. But I'm thinking about brewing a smoked beer on Friday. I've never done a smoked beer before. G Funk, thank you from the East Coast. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, G Funk. Cheers to all you guys, man. Thanks for watching the last video. Thank you for watching the merch store. We've gotten a lot of love from the new MTV t-shirts and the new merch and the stickers. Thank you so much for helping produce the channel. The super chats are always great. And we're here. Welcome to my favorite night of the week. Let's get Brian in here. Got some stuffs written down. What up, Austin Maddox?
Back off, war child.
Pony Pasture in the house, man. What's going on, man? A lot of East Coasters in here. Dream Reaper 08. First live hoppy hour. Dream Reaper. We got to jump you in, man. But it comes with love. And then you get a members only jacket.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding, man. Welcome aboard, Dream Reaper. Hi, Kai. I'm currently having a Kolsch in my closet. Right on, man. Let us know what you guys are drinking. Let us know what you guys are fermenting. If you guys have any questions and me and Brian are talking, put them in the comment section, put them in the chat, and somebody will most certainly have a great answer for you. I said it before and I'll say it again. You can learn more from the comment section than the actual YouTube video itself. And I learn a lot. I learn a lot from people commenting on the YouTube videos. And sometimes it gives me ideas to make videos. So I love that. Treat it like a forum.
Back off.
No egos here. The only rule is no COVID talk, no religion, no politics, and no CrossFit.
Back off, war child. Seriously.
Now we can talk about CrossFit. William Kronk, what's going on, man? All right, so yeah, we're gonna go backwards in beer, popular trends, all the way back to the West Coast IPA. We're gonna talk about new trends. What do I got written down? Somebody asked me, are IBUs a scam? Are IBUs a scam? That's a good question because it's a marketing point and some people think it does not matter. Kits for brew in a bag. If anybody knows anybody or any brands that do kits for brew in a bag, let me know because I want to pitch some stuff to Northern Brewer. Not that I'm going to make any money, but there's brew in a bag is an awesome way to brew beer. It's the best way to do all grain. It's the most efficient and affordable way to do all grain. And I have not seen a kit out there. Where to go from your first batch of beer. How to name your brew house. I noticed people doing stickers for their brew houses. I think it's rad. I need a name for my brew house. Homebrew for Life brew house. Free beer tomorrow brew house. For Rent Brew Co. But let me go ahead and pull Brian in. And is that Gnome? Is Gnome in the house? Todd Porter. There's a couple Todds. Where's Todd Jackson from Northern Brewer? Jorge Castro. Yeah, we're starting early today, man. How you doing, Jorge? We're starting with Brian out there in Columbus, Ohio. And let me text him right now. Actually, let me Instagram him. I don't have his phone number. Brian, let's get you in here, barrage. 5:15. I think we're good on time. And Brian, are you in there? It's CH. I'm in your computer or your phone. Let's rock and roll. I'm drinking a hazy IPA from Booze Brothers right now. I can't even do sober October because I'll end up with like 30 gallons of beer. Got a 6.7% hazy right here. I do have a glass from Northern Brewer that Todd sent me. I want to wear it. I want to drink out of it. Patrick D, what's up, Raj? All right, let me get Brian.
Wow.
Let me go to Discord. We're in Streamlabs right now. And let's go to... What do we got? Where's my Discord? It's cold. Here we go. I'm calling you right now. Join video call.
It's cold.
Brian. I can hear myself through your videos. That is not. What's going on, Braj?
You there?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you.
You're
looking good, man. Good, clean video. Let me go ahead and pull you in really fast. Let's go to... That should be not John Tonimo. Let's go to... There he is. Everybody, this is Short Circuited Brian. Brian, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, we're sitting pretty, man. Thanks for being here, Brian. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Staying cool, staying warm. Let me pull this up a little bit. And I think we're cooking with grease, man. How's it going?
Sweet.
Yeah, we're here. Let me make
Good.
All right, we're cooking with grease, man. What are you drinking, Brian?
Oh, I got to go grab one.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, sure, from a local brewery here.
How is it?
I'll let you get the window figured out first before I walk out of the scene here.
We are good, man. Go for it.
All right, cool.
I think we're good. Everybody, welcome. We got 30 people here. I know we started a little bit earlier. Apologies for that, but we're hanging out. Brian's here. I think we got everything figured out. Brian's got good audio. Who was on a couple weeks ago? East and the Beast. Big shout out to East and the Beast, man. Thanks for helping me out with this. I'd love to get Brian from Short Circuited back on. Shout out Just Brewing, who just released a 24-hour IPA video. I can do that. I think I just did, though. But shout out to Just Brewing, man. Shout out to Brian for killing it with the YouTube content, man.
Been a run.
What's going on? Content spree?
It's been a run, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. How are you freeing up more time than normal?
Just finding a way to fit it in here and there. You know, it's one of those things where it's like,
I hear that.
If you put your mind to something, you know, you can accomplish a lot of stuff.
Less TV, more editing. Less reading, less video games, more editing. More writing, more editing.
Right? Yeah. I don't play video games anyway. So
I play a lot of video games. I'm actually going to buy the new
I
Metro
would.
tonight.
I have no problem with it, but
Well, you've got the Dreamcast
Kinda
cabinet
here.
in the brew house, man.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Am I clipping on your end? Because looks like I'm clipping on my H5 here.
It sounds good. I mean, it sounds
Okay, all right, cool.
as good as it's going to get, man. Is that your
As long as it
T-shirt?
sounds good. That's fine.
Sounds good. The video can look like shit, but it's the audio you got to worry about.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Really quick, I want to talk to the chat a little bit. Meso, he just bought a T-shirt from Trent and myself, man. Big shout out to Meso Things out there.
Yeah, I saw Trent got a merch store up. That's cool.
Yeah, and I tried to rep his T-shirt in my last video, but for whatever, my green screen filter wasn't working, and it's TheBruSho, but it's in the Seinfeld font. And the shirt's black, but it was coming up brown, and then the font's blue, just like how you could remember the Seinfeld logo, and it was not working out at all.
Oh, it was like you had holes where the
yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, you can create a mask for it and fix it." And I was like, "Dude, I can't learn any. I got to get this video out, man. I can't learn something new at this point. I just got to make it happen."
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm talking about. Jorge Castro, lots of content from BrewTubers this week. Clawhammer, Just, CH, Brian, and Yeast. Yeah, Clawhammer just put out a hard seltzer video. Brian, did you watch that?
No, haven't they done a bunch of hard seltzer videos already?
No, this is their first one, I think, and you could tell that they were not stoked to make this video. They pretty much just shit on their own video the whole time.
I was positive they made hard seltzer before. Maybe not.
I don't know. They were backed up for a long time because I know he had his hard drive or his storage unit break or something like that. We were supposed to collab.
Yeah, I think they several of their hard drives cratered or something like that, or they had a bunch of content. And so when he was on with you and wait a minute, who was I? Was I on with you guys?
With Kyle from Clawhammer?
Yeah, I thought wasn't I on with you and Kyle?
No, you were on with me and Larry a couple times.
Okay, I must have been. I was chatting. That's what it was.
Kyle's only been on once. It was just us.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was mad because he had like 3 editors and I was putting out more videos. He's got 3 editors.
Yeah, I don't know how their workflow works, but I could tell that they don't. I have to focus on the YouTube stuff as much as I can, but he's obviously got products and outside of the Clawhammer stuff, they still have a bunch of accessories and stuff like that. He's got to worry about being liquid, turning that over and selling stuff like that. So I just think that I don't think the YouTube stuff's as big as of an importance as it is to some other channels. But
they're working on something too. So I had a pretty long consult call with them. So you'll see.
You doing a collab?
No, I had a consultation call with them, like just talking about stuff.
Okay.
Not a collab, like equipment stuff.
You want to leave it at that?
Yeah, I can't say any more than that.
Fair enough. Understood. What's going on, everybody? Dan Johnson, one of the new guys. We got fresh blood in here. Yeah, like I said, Brian's East Coast time. We started a little bit earlier, but it feels good.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for being here, man. And it feels good. I was sick last week. I did 11 days sober. I caved on Saturday. It didn't feel right.
Yeah.
I don't know. The hoppy hour wasn't too hoppy. It wasn't too happy. It was pretty damn sad. But
the vinegar video got to you.
the vinegar got to me. I was sick. I did get under 200 pounds. I haven't had a cigarette in 34 days. I'm doing the chewing tobacco stuff, but I'm not really addicted to it.
You got to be ready to snap on somebody pretty quick here.
Yeah, that's what the beer's for.
Right. Somebody in the chat earlier. I meant to say something, but we were talking. Somebody asked me about a video on the arcade machine. I don't actually have a video on the arcade machine.
You should.
Excuse me. Well, I mean, I built it before I was even on YouTube. I think if I remember correctly, I might have some photos somewhere. But I can do a video on the old arcade machine.
Shit, I'd watch
built it all myself, and the only thing I bought was the controller. I didn't want to mess with doing all that stuff.
Is it a Dreamcast?
I'm out of room. Otherwise, I was going to make a digital pinball machine too. But
how do you know all this stuff?
Just I don't know, man.
Life experience.
Just knowledge.
just
and I just Like I was talking to Kelly earlier. She's like, I don't know, I can't sit there and watch YouTube for hours on end. I'm like, yeah, I learned stuff.
You know what's crazy is I always do this thing where when I jump in front of the computer, I figure out what website I go to first. And I want to know just like subconsciously, like, is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube? Is it Gmail? I just want to know what I'm doing that. But when I'm in bed, I've got one of those computers or I've got one of these TVs where it's got the 5 buttons on it. And it's like Amazon, Hulu, YouTube. And I think I hit YouTube probably more than I do Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Because
For
YouTube,
sure. I definitely watch, Kelly and I will watch stuff, our shows and stuff like that. We watch a bunch of different shows. But as far as like, if it's just me, I'm probably going to hit YouTube 99% of the time.
And it's the difference, I think, is because when I'm on Amazon, I'm always searching, like, should I watch this? How are the reviews? How is it over 7 on IMDb? YouTube knows, because it studies your brain and knows what you watch. I just go to the home button. It's like, oh, the real life of Motley Crue. I'm like, okay, I just watched that movie. Let's watch how much drugs these guys did or whatever. Or like, hey, pulls me into Joe Rogan or Steve-O's podcast or all the brew tubers. It's like, oh, okay. I don't have to search and weigh things out. Let's go. And I think that's...
Yes, I jump around on so much stuff. I know the algorithm is like going,
yeah.
Oh, person.
Yeah. Did you, how's your video doing this week? Because I know it's a little bit...
Which one? What, the Brew Easy video?
Yeah, you didn't know the max capacity. Yeah, was it 22 minutes?
Yeah. I think the last time I looked, it was, let me see. It was, I think it was about almost 5,000 views, which is not too bad.
Good for you, man. Cheers.
Yeah, 4.5 K. The video that really surprised me the most so far that I've done in the recent past is the brewing storage ingredients. I mean, just unbelievable. The comments and the amount of support on that video was crazy. Like. And I even said it to some people in the comments. It was kind of like an afterthought video. I'm just like, I was kind of like looking around going, what can I do for a midweek video? What can I do for a midweek? I've got this other stuff coming up. What can I do for a midweek? I'm like, let's talk about grain storage, and hop storage and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I just threw it together really quick. And people were like, dude, you read my mind. He's like, what the hell? Like 4 or 5 people were saying that.
Yeah, it's on everybody's mind. I'll tell you what, man, it's a good call showcasing that pet food, that pet storage container, because it's what, $30 and holds what, 50 or 60 pounds of pet food or base malt for us or grain for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and what is it? Amazon, Prime ships next day.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think it actually came. What was hilarious when I bought.
It's great for home brewers.
It was the last one I bought. I had 3 of them now.
Yeah.
The last one that I bought actually came in a box from Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, man. Damn, I haven't heard that in a long time. That's the East Coast Price Club or Costco?
Yeah, I had a membership to Costco when we lived closer to one, but now I live closer to a Sam's Club, so I got one. I got a membership to them. They have some decent deals on stuff, but I think a lot of times people get caught up in the hype on that stuff, and is 3 pounds of peanut, 3 4-pound jars of peanut butter, does it really work out mathematically to cheaper than buying the 16-ounce jar? I think a lot of times they do that stuff. So you gotta have a calculator handy.
Yeah, unless you own a restaurant or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got some new people in the chat, man. Brian, I got some questions. I want to pick your mind about.
Okay. All right.
I got some beer stuff that I'm going to brew on Friday. I'm going to do a smoked beer, or what's it called? What's the R word, the German word for smoked beer? Do you have an experience? Rocked beer?
Yeah, rocker beer or something like that.
Yeah. Have you ever brewed one?
Nah.
Just too much.
I am not a big fan. You said smoked, right?
Yes, 5 gallons of smoky beer.
I'm not a big fan of ashtray beers.
Ashtray beers. I like smoked everything, man. What up, Lance Criswell?
I like smoked meat and
beer.
Cheese and all that kind of stuff. But
smoked fish.
I don't know, the representations that I've had are just either they're overdone or something. I don't know what the deal is, but they're just wow.
I love everything smoky too, man. I love the fish. I love smoked cheddar. I love Friday. I love Smokey from Friday, Chris Tucker. But I harp on glass growlers pretty extensively, or glass carboys. But I wouldn't mind
doing. 40 minutes in your last video on that, didn't you?
I spent what?
I say you spent like 40 minutes on your last video on that, didn't you?
No, that was from a video from a year ago that I pulled that footage in. So I already had that.
No, I'm just saying you spent when you were talking about teaching, with some people brewing, you spent a lot of time talking about how bad glass carboys were.
Yeah, sooner or later you're going to break one. But I do not mind doing a rock beer or smoked beer in a 1 gallon glass carboy. I think with glass.
Yeah, growler,
Yeah, when glass is, here's the ashtrays. Village Idiot Brewing. Oh, my things are working. Shout out to Village Idiot Brewing, man. Donated $10. Thanks for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. Here's the ashtrays.
Andy Market asked a question about water profiles. I think the gypsum, calcium chloride, and Epsom salt is that's pretty much your 3 go-tos. If you're doing a dark beer like a coffee stout, you might need some baking soda to raise up your pH, depending. I don't know what equipment you have to check your pH and stuff, but you might actually need some baking soda to raise your pH into the right range. I find with those dark grains, they add a lot of acidity to the mash, and then it'll drop your pH down quite a bit. So if you have a pH meter, I would be prepared with some baking soda, maybe to have to raise it up, because I've done a couple recently with RO water, and had them wind up in the like 4.5, 4.9 range, and I had to add some baking soda to them to get them back up where they should be.
Yeah, Brian, you're exactly right. And I think over time it gets even bitter and bitter. I think I've had some stouts and stuff like that, people put in cans, and some of my buddies' home brewers have to buy them back pretty fast because over time they do not age well and they will get very acidic. So that's what what's the other word for baking soda? What's the
sodium bicarbonate.
Bicarbonate, yeah. Generally, when you're dealing with water profiles, you're aiming to bring the pH down. You're bringing the pH down, but
with the dark beer, sometimes you have to bring it up, and you can use if you want to, like if you have to put too much sodium bicarbonate in there, and you can add, it adds some sodium to the beer. So you could even add potassium bicarbonate too if you wanted to. I have some of that. Not everybody has some. I ordered all kind of chemicals and stuff. So
yeah,
I got a bunch of molecular gastronomy stuff too that I have up in the kitchen. So it's like I've got pickling lime and what is it?
Doing NBC for Pony Pasture.
Calcium citrate. A whole bunch. I've got all kinds of stuff. So
right on, man.
I got a little more stuff than your normal brewer does.
Pony Pasture, been a while. Pony Pasture Brewery.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's got a good Instagram account, and I know he trades stickers with a lot of guys. I know I don't have stickers. I sell them on the store, but my stickers are like 6 inches. They're very big. But I know Gorgeous George and a lot of people are into the whole sticker trade stuff. Hit up Pony Pasture, man. He's got some cool stuff. Stickers, aka Keg Raider tattoos.
Yeah, I
need some stickers.
My wall where my sign is. I've got sticker trades over there.
Homebrew for life? No.
Homebrew for life stuff.
I don't have Homebrew for life stickers. I'm the dumbest Instagrammer in the history, or a YouTuber in the history of YouTube. 6 inches big. I wanted people to put them on their corny kegs. Brian, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, I'm gonna go get a beer. Can you keep the chat going?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks,
no problem at all. That's what she said, Austin.
Dogs are barking, man.
All right. Ordered a few happy hour stickers. Cool. Timothy Poole says he'd slap a homebrew for life sticker on the keg. Well, head over there to the. Yeah, right. It's really a 3-inch sticker. He just thinks it's 6 inches. Not too funny. He told his girlfriend that the sticker is 6 inches, what city had better beer, Cincinnati or Cebus? I haven't really dabbled in a whole lot of Cincinnati beers. They do have some good breweries down there. Oh gosh darn it, who does? Mad Tree is down there. There's several good breweries down in Cincinnati for sure. There's some decent ones in Columbus too. We have some that have been bought out by the big conglomerates, but I am drinking see if I can get it to focus here.
Whoa, what are you drinking? Dazed and Confused beer? What is that?
Yeah, it's called O'Sure from Land Grant.
Was a
way back on the channel. If you want to see some amateur videography, You could go look it up. We actually did a tour of this brewery before they were doing canning and all that kind of stuff.
What's the name of the video?
We did a tour of the brewery. What's that?
What's the name of the video?
I think it's just like
the name of the
brewery
brewery
tour, land grant, or something like that.
Oh, okay. Just type that in then.
Yeah.
Masthead in Cincinnati is pretty good. We got 50 people here, man. Captain TJ, what are you drinking, Brian? I think you definitely just answered that. Al Bro, shout out to Al Bro. He is one of Brian's Patreons.
Yes.
Am I accurate with that?
Yes, you are.
Right on, man. Mash out like the buttons, Braj. What up, Kim Hill? It's been a minute, man. Welcome back, Braj. What do you got brewing? What's going on for the next Grain to Glass or live stream brew days on the short-circuited end?
Well, I did a poll, and
it's a good idea.
I was kind of shocked by the poll. I put up like 5 or 6 choices. So it was like the 3-vessel Herm system, the Brew Easy 2-vessel, the Brew Easy Compact, Spike Solo, and the Brewzilla 65-liter. I put like all those up and told people to vote for them. And what do you think people voted for the most?
I'm gonna guess Spike.
Nope.
I have no idea then.
That was like second last, believe it or not, or maybe it was last.
Second to last.
Second to last.
Because it's too expensive. Not a lot of people have it.
I don't know. It's so weird. What actually came in first, like by a landslide, is the 3-vessel Herm system.
Cool.
I don't know. People just want to see that. I guess it's one of those crazy things. The brew in a bag and the all-in-one systems and everything have been like the rage pretty much. But when I threw it out there, I was really surprised. Let me tell you, because I did it on the community page. So if anybody wants to vote on it, I'm going to make the announcement shortly. But it's kind of
on YouTube.
What's that?
On YouTube.
Yeah, the community page on YouTube. Yeah,
community. Yeah, because you have a Facebook page too. I know you and David Heath have pretty popular Facebook.
I put it there too. So the YouTube one got the most votes on the community page.
Cool.
541 votes.
That's a lot.
36% for
it's more than
the 3-vessel Herms.
It's more than how much money I have.
No shit. Then coming in second place was the Brewzilla 65-liter at 22%.
Okay.
Then 21% on the Brew Easy Compact. Then 14% on the Spike Solo and 7% on the Brew Easy 2-vessel. So people want to see the 3-vessel brewing system. I was completely shocked.
Yeah, and I think that's why I was so intimidated by all grain when I first started brewing, because there was no brew in a bag back in the day, and those systems always were the most expensive. You're talking about Gonzalez Zymology. Curious about both of your opinions on Crystal Malt. Do you agree with Genius Brewing, or do you like using it? What do I mean agree with Genius? Are they the ones that talk shit about it a bunch? Sorry, well, I'm going to come back to your question really fast. Brian, do you know anything about Crystal Malt? I have no idea. I just put in malt.
It's one of those. It's kind of one of those weird things I've seen.
I know nothing about brewing.
I haven't done any testing myself, but I know that John and Mike over at Brew Dudes or Brew Dudes YouTube channel, they recently did a video on Crystal 60 to try to see if it really imparted the characteristics that the description said, so like toffee and caramel and all this kind of stuff. And surprisingly enough, they really found that it didn't do a whole lot, which was kind of eye-opening. And I don't know if that's what Genius said, but I used to use crystal malts in my IPAs, but I have since gone away from that. I don't do that anymore. If I want to get some color, like a little bit of an orangeness or something like that, I'll actually use Melanoidin malt, which is a German malt, and it's a German malt, and it actually imparts like an orange hue, like it's almost like a crystal malt, but it has a really nice malty flavor to it. So it'll stand up to pretty much any hops you throw at it, but you don't need a whole bunch of it. I mean, just enough to kind of turn the color a little bit. I actually got turned on to that malt by Three Floyds Brewing. I was doing a clone of their Citra, what is that Citra beer that they have? You know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
Somebody in the chat does.
I know nothing about brewing.
Something. What's the name? Gosh darn it, I can't remember what the name of the beer is.
Special B is probably you know, as far as an alternative, special B is going to be probably the most accessible thing to buy. But zombie dust,
yeah, that's it. Fermentation adventures, yeah. But you know, I find the special B adds a lot of sweetness to the beer. There's quite a bit of sweetness that it adds, and I found that the melanoidin malt really doesn't add that sweetness. So it's one of those things where it adds some maltiness and a little bit of color, but not the sweetness you get from crystal malts or special B. I've used special B in a lot of like Irish red ales and stuff like that, and find that that's the case.
Yeah, I don't really use. I mean, I used to use those a lot more, but I don't really do multi-grain, so I don't really know. I mean, like people ask, like, hey, what should I use instead of Crystal 60? And Peter's going to give you a completely different answer. My answer is just take half of Crystal 40 and half of Crystal 80 and put it together. There you go. You just came up with an alternative to Crystal 60, or if your store's out. Yeah. But for the most part, when I brew, it's pretty much Pilsner malt, 2-row, and maybe a little bit Maris Otter, but I don't, and then acidulated malt. If I'm trying to bring the pH down, and if I really want to bring the pH down, lactic acid's not going to do the trick. I'm going to do it with the Lactobacillus plantarum. But I don't really know anything about like Midnight Weed or Carafa. I don't brew beers those styles. I should, but I don't, because I can't have 5 gallons of stout.
Carafa is actually roasted barley,
shit.
but it's been dehusked. It doesn't have any husks on it.
Yeah.
So it adds a lot of color and flavor, but not a lot of bitterness. Because like a lot of the stringent bitterness that you get from darker grains is from the husks being really toasted.
Your boys in here.
Like I actually have been using a lot of Carafa and Carafa like 3 in some of my darker beers.
Clawhammer Supply.
And it really, what's that?
Clawhammer. To say never skip brew day or leg day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Brian. I want to hear what you're saying.
I'm assuming that's Kyle. I don't know who that is.
I'm going to assume that it's Emmett, but I do not know. Emmett? Yeah, I'm going to assume that it's Emmett's left hand and Ross's right hand, and they're simultaneously on the keyboard right now. But what's
going on in the middle?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it out. Was that we were talking about the hard seltzer video? Was that your guys' first hard seltzer video? Because Brian thinks he had seen one before.
You guys did one before that, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So many people have done hard seltzer videos that. See you, Pony Pasture. Have a good one, man.
Later, Pony. I know the East Coasters out there. What is it? 2 a.m. their time.
No. Yeah, right.
8:30. Yeah. Later, Pony. I think it was Clawhammer's first hard seltzer video. I think. Methinks.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was thinking that they had done one before, but like I said, everybody and their brother's done a hard seltzer video now, I think. So
that's right.
Okay, first one. All
yeah, right. that was when I did it with Olive Nation. Olive Nation was the extract, and then that whole week it was Flora, the Homebrew Challenge. Everybody's putting out Olive Nation videos that same day. I was like, damn, I'm never doing this ever again. I'll work with Northern Brewer and I'll work with Anvil, but if it's a t-shirt brand or something, and I know they're going to every YouTuber and we're putting all the things out that exact same day or same week, it's like I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you think about that? Like these some of these companies like do this mass like
I get it
dump of products on everybody. And
are you talking to me or talking to Clawhammer?
I'm talking to you.
And I talked to you about another brand that we were talking about if they lowered their prices, working with them, stuff like that. I can pretty much only work with recipe brands and probably Anvil because their kettles are like $100. It's just the most affordable stuff. And I've talked to you, I've talked to Spike, I've talked to Clawhammer, I've talked to very, premier Halo brands about doing their products or showcasing their products. And it's like, I can't really just go from making $7 fermenters or how to drink beer hacky or cheaper to being like, hey, here's this $1,500 G5C fermenter with a $1,000 glycol system. And people are like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't fit your niche. And
doesn't fit my niche. Yeah.
I really get that.
And
I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about every once in a while I'll run on like a bunch of Inkbird, controllers or, who knows what. I mean, it just kind of cracks me up because there'll be like all these videos come out on stuff. And I'm almost kind of to the point where like, if I agree to do something like that and I see, just a whole bunch of videos coming out, I will just like hang back and wait to see what everybody does and then try to do a video from a different angle, like something different in my video than, because like you see a lot of stuff that, here's the thing, here's what it does, da da da. But then, it's like it's like, copy, paste, repeat, copy, paste, repeat.
Yeah,
And
I'm pretty much done doing review stuff for brands, canning machines or this machine, stuff like that. I don't want to make that video because I don't want, at the end of the day, I'm going to get it and I'm going to make the video and I don't really have any experience with it and I'm going to vouch for it or something. And then people could buy it and it could be a piece of shit. It could be an expensive $200 plastic fermenter or something. And then it's like, well, these guys made a video of it, so I think it's good. And it ended up not being, worth it. And the catalyst fermenter thing, that was the video that kind of not screwed me up, but it was like, we made that video before we even used it. And then the thing was just a piece of shit. It was a nightmare. And I don't know. I just don't want to do review stuff anymore. I hopefully I never do it ever again. But if something's really good, I want to let them know. And I'll always vouch for Inkbird. And I'll always put, my Inkbird is my favorite piece of equipment in my whole entire brew house besides my lettuce cabinet. My lettuce cabinet, I filled up with water and I could chill my beers in 15 minutes. So I'll let people know that because I think for my first year I was brewing with a uncalibrated stainless steel thermometer that was way off. When I first put in my Inkbird, I looked at them. I'm like, one of them says 70 degrees and one of them says 90 degrees. Like, this is not good, So,
which one's right?
Yeah. And I got to the point where I'd have 3 of those shitty stainless steel fermenters and I would stick them all in the hot wort. And I'm like, okay, these 2 are the closest. So I'll just take like the average of that, So, and I'll say it before, I'll say it again. The most important thing in anybody's brew house is a calibrated thermometer. If you don't have a calibrated thermometer, everything is off. Every single thing is off. Especially
a beer for the lettuce cabinet brewery. I think it's probably going to be Salad Toss Saison.
Lettuce Cabinet Brewery. I like that. Lettuce Cabinet Brewery. That's got a good zing to it. MBC.
Yeah. MBC. That's funny.
We'll get down with that.
It's kind of like there's a lot of different takes on equipment and stuff. Like David Heath, he'll like do a bunch of brews on it and have some experience with it and all that kind of stuff. And I don't mind doing that too, but I also kind of like to do like what I did with the Brew Easy this past week, which was, first brew day, here it is. I'm going to show you what I experience, what happens, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. And just kind of, does that really give anybody am I vouching for it? No, I'm not really vouching for it at all. But
here's a walkthrough. Here's a walkthrough of
Yeah, I'm brewing on it. I'm showing you, what I experienced and all that kind of stuff. And I'll do some follow-up videos from there. But, I think it's kind of cool to do like a first brew day on something and just let people see,
Absolutely.
what you experience.
You don't have to give it a report card grade.
And Kyle's on here with us. He knows.
Is Kyle still here?
I think he is.
It is Kyle. Sure. It is Kyle. Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah, because
Village Idiot sniffed him out
with their system, and it was unfortunate a little bit, but it was one of those things. I mean, they took care of it and got another controller out and stuff, but it's one of those things where it could be a double-edged sword, if you try to do that, where if something goes wrong. And I was brewing live, and the controller went on the fritz, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Anvil Foundry and I loved it for 6 months, and then after my 10th brew, the pump didn't work anymore, and it's like I don't want it, and I think they redid it. I think they added a stainless steel thing for their recirculating pump. I don't use pumps anymore. I just do everything manually. I think you're going to get more sugars by just sticking a stainless steel spoon in there and just kind of stirring it. But that's me. We talked about. We talk about, you talk to 10 different brewers, you get 10 different answers. Like my extract video, when you were like, you bring it to boil or this and that, I was like, it takes 20 minutes, I'll just mix it in, stuff like that. And that's totally fair. But yeah, like my Anvil pump broke after about 6 months, and I was like, damn, like I made a video on it. I think there's 20,000 people that watch this. Like this is kind of my word behind it. But at the end of the day, nothing's gonna work forever, except your boil kettles, your stainless steel spoons, and your Inkbird. Other than that, things break. And
I think a lot, sometimes it's not a bad thing to share that kind of stuff either with people and just say, hey, and then maybe as a YouTube channel, you might get a little better customer service. But I think, anytime you encounter some issue or difficulty or whatever, then you test the customer service and see what it's like. I mean, just like
customer service is
with
huge.
the Clawhammer situation, like I was on the phone with Emmett or emailed Emmett, and it was like boom, like within 3 days I had another controller. So it was
That's
like
awesome.
They took care of it immediately. So
that's a good story.
It just kind of goes. And I've said this before, like going to a restaurant. I'm not always impressed by a restaurant doing everything just perfectly. What happens when they make a mistake? How do they recover from that? How do they win me over after a mistake? So
yeah. And I talked to.
I think it's always bad if something goes wrong. It just kind of tests the customer service. Then you can relay your experience on that. So
especially with like the Catalyst fermenter or maybe I don't know Spike CF5. It's like there's a lot of competition, right? Like I don't know. I don't right now it's kind of the electric system game. There's a lot of competition, innovation, but a couple of years ago it was all about the fermenter game. Who could do the Spike Flex or the CF5? And these fermenters are, they're expensive and they're shiny and they're nice, but most importantly, like they're pretty quick to market. They haven't. It's not like a Toyota truck that's been around for 30 years. Like it's going to last. Like like what you bought. You want to buy $1,000 fermenter. Like this better be perfect. It better be easy to clean. It better work like how I played it out in my head and this and that. But like a lot of times, like things are just too quick to market. And I'll take it one step further. I'd say beer is the same way. We're coming up to Oktoberfest. We're coming up to Halloween beer. I'm buying these beers. Like these beers taste like shit. But but they're just trying to get the fastest October or pumpkin beer out, and they just went for it and they made a batch. And I don't know. Sometimes sometimes things are just too quick to market, and you're gambling, kind of making a YouTube video about it, unless you're doing your approach. If you're just kind of like, hey, here's just kind of the process. Today we're just going to talk about, is it calibrated, turning valves, easy to clean, stuff like that. But if you want to go full salesman, like we did in that Catalyst fermenter video, your word is your bond. And,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's all we have. It's
all we have as humans. Yeah. So, and that, and I like doing the Grain to Glass Homebrew for Life videos, but at the end of the day, we could be bullshitting our asses off. We could say this is the best beer. This is yada, yada, yada. What makes kind of the tutorials more real for me is like, this is how to save money. This is how to dry hop with no oxygen. That is like, I can show that. Like, that's not subjective.
Right.
Sort of. Everything's subjective to a small degree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your wart is your bond. Yes, exactly. That's what he said.
Your wart is your bond. That new T-shirt.
Hey, that is a new T-shirt. Huh?
Your wart is your bond. Your wart is your bond. I like that.
Wow. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and I sell T-shirts and merch and stuff like that, and I get people that are like, "Hey, this T-shirt was too small," or like this and that. And I was like, "Hey, I don't have customer service. It goes through Teespring. It's third party. I never have the stuff, but it's just out of my hands, but I'm really sorry, man." So, at the end of the day, you try to do more right than wrong, or, as far as transactions or just dealing with people and stuff like that. But like, sometimes there's just shit that's outside of your control, or just, there's just bad lemons, hence the term bad lemon.
Come to me with issues on Teespring, and they actually have always taken care of it really well. So,
good.
I've stuck with them because of that. So.
I had a guy that got sent like a youth large T-shirt, and most of the homebrew, most of the Homebrew for Life crowd is XL, 2X, sometimes 3X. We're a beer drinking community. I'm 6'1". I used to be 220 pounds, and he puts this shirt on. It's youth large. It's like Tommy boy, fat guy in a little coat. It's just cutting off circulation, neck, shoulder, belly, and I'm just like, how the hell did they screw that up? Unless the customer screwed that up. Unless they clicked on the wrong shit, but you can't blame the customer.
Yeah.
Actually, you can blame the customer. Yeah. Quit playing with your dinghy. Tommy won't wing.
That's right.
Trevu. Big shout out to Trevu, man. He's got a killer brewery in South Oceanside. Brian, if you ever make it out here, and you should, you got to come out here with Larry. My Australian buddy Trevor's got a killer brewery in Oceanside. We were there last night, and it's starting to look really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Like
starting.
a commercial brewery or what?
Oh, yeah. On Coast Highway.
Okay.
Yeah. Right at a four-way intersection. Or a four-way intersection with stoplights, which is huge.
I was going to say, all that Pacific Coast area is on fire right now. He could do a rock beer easy.
Pacific Coast, I feel like California is always on fire to people that don't live in California, but I don't know shit, man. I don't know. My backyard on fire?
The only way to put it out is just to like let it fall off in the ocean.
My backyard looks like Jumanji on crack. It is the last thing on fire.
Wow.
What up, Jonathan Elliott? Sunset Hound Brewing. I went with basic Inkbird. Didn't want to deal with the Wi-Fi. I don't have the Wi-Fi one at all. Does anybody vouch? Is the spending the $20 extra worth it for the Wi-Fi? I don't have a flip phone, so Wi-Fi is dead weight.
I have a Wi-Fi one, but it's really, I mean, it's unless you want to sit there and go, what's my fermenter at?
Yeah,
What's my fermenter at?
it would drive me crazy.
It doesn't do anything. I mean,
No.
it really.
That's
I had
good.
a guy contact me the other day, like, what do you know anything about if this then that? I'm trying to get the tilt hydrometer and the Inkbird Wi-Fi to like talk to each other and do this and that and all this stuff, but I have to pay for it. I'm like, no, I don't know anything about
No, that it's cool to have Wi-Fi. It's there, but like, I don't think I've ever used it. I don't think any of my buddies, head brewers or owners. Maybe my buddy from Culver, owner, does it. He can look at his temperature control and his fermenters from Wi-Fi. But I don't know. The Inkbird for $30 or $35 is well worth it enough. And I think
I get that G-Funk that you can change it from work, but do you really need to change your
I gotta
fermentation temperature from
drive
work?
home,
Do
hop
you
on the
really
freeway.
need to do
Yeah.
that? No, probably not.
Let me text.
But
I'm going to try to see if Clawhammer wants to come on again or Ross.
Brutalizilla 65 liter didn't fit the malt pipe or the kettle, and I called him and said, "No, that's cool, awesome." Yeah, I mean the guys over at Brew in a Bag have been really awesome. I have I've dealt with them a little bit, but yeah, they've been pretty awesome. And Anvil's actually selling their bags now for the foundry, both in the basket and out of the basket. So I've got the one I've got is actually the one that goes in the basket. I used it the last live brew day that we did. It worked good. No problem at all.
I'm going to do that on Friday. I'm going to do that rock beer in my Anvil. I'm going to go back to electric for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, Anvil sent me a 20-gallon kettle, and I asked for it, and I thought I needed it for a 10-gallon batch of brew in the bag. It is so big. It's like a Donkey Kong barrel. I'm going to make a video to see if I can take a bath in it. One of those old school.
Their kettles are the heaviest ever, aren't they?
I don't think it's going to fit on my burner. It is so damn big. And I kind of blew it. I've got a pulley system from the one on Northern Brewer. It's like $20-$25. It's a good buy for brew in a bag. You don't really need a pulley system unless you're doing over 5 gallons. But when you get up there, it weighs a lot, and it's just a lot of water weight. But I'm looking at this kettle. I'm just like, this is just too big. I should have got the 15-gallon one. But
it's like the whole adage of throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
yeah, totally. Cable Hogan, man, what's up, man? Streaming this at 28,000 feet, and the stream looks great. 28,000 feet. That doesn't make sense. Oh, he's on an airplane. No, he's on an airplane. I was like, I've climbed Mount Whitney. That was 15,000 feet. The only thing that would make sense, he's either in an airplane or he's climbing Mount Everest, because Mount Everest is at where commercial planes fly, which is why it takes like 6 months to climb it. Wi-Fi makes logging data from the fermentation run better. Yeah, but Brian, back to what we were talking about, like vouching for products and stuff like that. Like I was talking with Todd Jackson, who's the rep from Northern Brewer that reaches out to the brew tubers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to say shit on, but I didn't use their yeast. I went with Kveik yeast, and I didn't use their thermometer. I went with the Inkbird, and I was like, hey man, you guys are cool with this, right? And they're like, we're totally cool. We're 100% cool. We just kind of wanted the just the shout out. They're not telling you what to say, which is I love about Northern Brewer. Is they're just, hey man, just give us a quick mention. We'll throw you whatever. You don't have to hit bullet points like some brands want you to do, and I'm immediately don't respond and write back. But that's a great system. That is a phenomenal system for $100. I don't like glass fermenter or glass thermometers. I don't even like glass hydrometers. I wish they made a plastic one, but
Right. They do make plastic ones.
Do they?
Yeah, somebody makes a plastic one. I can't remember the brand, but somebody does.
That's huge advice. And anybody who's listening right now, if you can always substitute glass for plastic, I highly recommend doing it. And that goes even for outside of brew houses, whether you're working.
They're just spend your rent and get one of those.
What is that? Digital
Anton Par Easy Dens.
You got a flip phone? What is that?
No, it's a Easy Dens. It's an electronic.
We're back to flip phone.
Like an electronic refractometer, if you will.
Oh, okay, right on. What's the price tag on that?
Wow.
It's like $4.
$400?
Yeah.
Oh shit, never mind. It's outside my disposable income pay grade.
I was teasing you.
Wow.
I was teasing you. That's why I said skip rent and get one of those.
I wish I could skip rent. When is rent? Where are we at right now? Is it? Oh, it's the 13th. All right, we're good. We're chilling. $350. Jason Siniak, what's going on, Brosh? It's the beeper. It's the beeper. 911.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wait until CH sees the price. Yeah, $400 refractometer doesn't fit the H4L vibe. Dawson's Creek theme song. What's up, man? Damn, my Rangers getting beat down now. Oh, baseball season or hockey season?
Wow.
All I know is the Padres are god awful. Anton Par is very prominent company. Brian, is that you? Can I hear myself coming in through?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's you or not, but
it's all good.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit.
He's right. Anton Par is very prominent. This is probably like the smallest thing that they make. I'm not hearing you now.
It's because I'm drinking beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw you tapping on your headphones for some reason there. So
I don't know why I do that.
Yeah. Scooby Doo 20. I'm gonna do a review on it. I'm gonna do
Go
some
Dodgers.
Go
Dodgers.
Different things though. I'm gonna do some
Dodgers.
I want to do a little bit of different stuff with it than a lot of people have done. So I'm
cable.
I want to take some readings on some mixed drinks and stuff like that just to see how efficient it is.
Rob Barnes, Northern Brewer has been great. Northern Brewer is great, and I think they're better than ever. And I was looking at some of my old content from 3-4 years ago, and their branding got better. Everything got more compact. Everything got more affordable. Are you using the same kit? Or are you going to make an extract batch with the kit that I have? Or are you going to do their glass carboy kit?
Nope, I've got the same kit you do.
Okay, with the 2 bottling buckets.
I'm gonna do the pretentious Englishman. So what we have here is a plastic fermenter.
You got it, man. Stay away from plastic.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna do the whole thing from start to bottle. I'm gonna throw in some stuff in there, because everybody peeks into the fermenter at some point in time to see what's going on in there.
Oh yeah.
So I want to show some of that. I also want to show some, I'm gonna do like 2 days in the bottle. This is what it looks like. 5 days in the bottle. This is what it looks like. 10 days in the bottle.
God, I hate bottling.
2 weeks, it's finally carbonated.
I'd rather pick up dog shit than bottle.
People always, when they make their first batch of beer, they're cracking into that first bottle 2 days after they bottle it.
Alcohol test. Alcohol test. Does it work? Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No question. So I'm gonna cover all that stuff too, just kind of from a standpoint of you're gonna do it. So I'm gonna show you what it's gonna be like when you do it.
Yeah. Tom Alvarado. Does this look infected? I don't know. Let's crack another one. Does it look infected? I don't know. Is it ready? I don't know. It's just, hey, we're out of beer. We just drank 50 12-ounce beers.
Wow.
Yeah. When you crack the bottle in the sink and it comes shooting up like Old Faithful, it's just overcarbonated. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's talk about some bottling myths because I have had one bottle explode. The first time I tried to brew beer in college, it did explode. And God, I just information's so much better now, but I'd probably put a whole pound of priming sugar in every bottle. But Brian, I do get questions about bottle conditioning in fermenters, and I've never had a problem with that. I've probably done it 12 times. They're not lower in carbonation. They're not weaker. They don't explode. I know there's, just
you're
a lot.
talking about in the growlers?
In growlers, yeah. The only bummer about fermenting in growlers is that the growler lids are tough to come by. Most people, when they drink their growler, if they keep the growler to put up on the fireplace like some douchebag college kid like me, they're not going to have the growler, the growler cap,
Right.
the lid.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to fill it up with, I don't know, flowers or whatever.
Yeah.
So you do have to buy the lids. That's the only complaint about bottle conditioning with growlers or crowlers, 32 or 64.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm going to get another beer. Heather Sharp
Okay.
is in the house. Countertop bottle capper makes things way easier. We got a lady in the
my God,
house.
yes, it does.
Everybody be cool, man.
Yes, it
Everybody
does.
on your best behavior. I'll be right back.
All right,
touch
cool.
that dial.
Sounds good.
We're going to drink 200 ounces of beer tonight.
Sous vide has popped a couple of bottles, but I was learning. So what, let me understand this correctly, Theron. You were doing, you had your bottles in a sous vide to keep them warm, so you get it carbonated, I guess. That's interesting. All right, Jonathan, we'll be here when you get back. What about growlets? Yeah, actually, I had some 30. Hey, Trent, what's going on, buddy? Had some 32 ounce. I think it was little like tiny growlers. What was it called? Mississippi Mud or something like that. It was like a porter that came in these things, and it was pretty cool. Quick, everyone, talk about how big your sticker is. Mine's 4 inches. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks, G-Funked. It was fun to brew on it. I'm going to be brewing some more stuff on it for sure. Bottle carbing and pasteurized. Why did you feel the need to pasteurize? I guess would be the question. Growlitos condition in the keg. Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
Dan Diego.
One of those things. I got you. No, I understand. Everybody has to learn sometime. I get it.
The bad news is that I just killed my keg. The good news is that I have 2 more.
Oh no.
TheBruSho. What up, BREW? Dan Diego. Anybody conditioning their keg? TA Growlitos. Goose Fraba.
I've thought about it before, but I've never done it.
Adding priming sugar to a keg.
What, condition in a keg?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, but it's like, I mean, if I have the Blickman Quick Carb, I can carbonate in an hour. Why do I want to wait?
What is
10 days?
Yeah, 2 weeks for and for the record, priming sugar is corn sugar. If you don't need to, you can buy it at any supermarket. Just like table sugar is cane sugar.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I mean, the corn sugar is a little different than the cane sugar, but it's not. There's not enough of a difference molecularly to really make a whole lot of difference.
I did a hard seltzer video, and one of them actually had more fermentables in it. And I think it was the corn.
Corn sugar does have more fermentables in it.
Corn sugar is more fermentable. Okay.
Yep, it is.
I have it. What up, T-Man? What's going on, man? Ryan Carter. Hey, really quick. I forgot to do this at the beginning. Now that Trent's here, I want to give a shout out to my super chatters from last week really fast because they're helping pay for my upcoming surgery.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Do it. Big shout out to the super chatters from last week. That is Mardueno Homebrew, HectorTopete, BrandonChamberlain, TheBruSho, aka TheBruSho, Theron. He's here right now. ItsJustPaul. He was here. AlyazMohammed times 2. 2 super chats. Thanks, Braj. ZacharieMcCrary and Rob Barnes, man. Shout out to you guys. Don't think I do not appreciate this. And anybody who's been watching my channel, Brian's channel, bought the merch, supported the channel, kept it going, and it helps us put out content and not give up. Or not give up, but helps us put out more content.
Yeah, everything helps, I mean,
every comment, every like, every view, every the 71 people here right now, man. This is why it's my favorite time of the week. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drink this, and then I'm gonna crack the brown ale. Because full disclosure, I only did a couple bottles. And then I put the rest in the keg. But the keg, since I put the priming sugar in it, I have it down to 5 psi, so it's still going to be super uncarbonated.
No, I knew you didn't
wait 10
bottle
days. No. I movie magic that. No, I can't.
Heather and Tim, I don't think you can really tell a whole lot of. I mean, there might be more fermentables in the corn sugar, but as far as the flavor between cane sugar and corn sugar,
sober October,
I really don't think you're going to notice any difference. Now, where you will have a difference possibly is like if you use brown sugar because of molasses. But that might add a little bit of flavor or something like that. But as far as the flavor difference between cane sugar and corn sugar, there's really not a whole lot of difference at all, especially if you're using it for priming or something like that. So,
what is priming?
I'm talking about like bottles, priming.
Yeah, I never knew why do they call it priming sugar? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Why is long pants long? Why is the sky blue? It just is.
Exactly. Yeah. Why do they call it Vorloff?
I don't
Why
know.
don't they just call it like straining the grains?
Yeah, recirculate. I think it's a German or French word, and I think it's just cool to say.
It is.
CH.
And it actually doesn't mean rinse the grains.
What's that?
No, Vorloff. No, the sparge means rinse the grains. Vorloff, I think, means recirculate.
Recirculate. Like yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I've gotten way better efficiency, or I don't test for efficiency, but I've hit my gravity way better when I don't use pumps, and I just stir the shit out of it. And that's definitely a brew in a bag method. And I just do that. I just figure, like, if I'm only going to mash in for 10 or 15 minutes, just might as well be stirring the whole time. And I think that just works way better than recirculating. But,
yeah, now do you Vorloff? Do you pull a couple of gallons
yeah,
off? And
until it's running dry. Absolutely, yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
So I just don't have
it's fine.
Yeah, I don't have any sediment in my boil kettle, or minimize the sediment that goes in your boil kettle. Steve Lohman, what up, bros? Just got done here working some OT on the East Coast. 9:09 here. Always try to make it to the lives. Love the content, bro. Steve, I'm going to take it that you're speaking of Boca.
I believe you.
Cheers, Braj. Cheers, you, Braj. Trust me, I'm German. Brian's putting out a lot of content. I'm trying to put out some content. I did some shorts. Brian does some shorts. Brian's probably putting out more content than he's ever done this last couple months, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the last couple months have been
feels
way
good.
More than I ever had before.
It feels good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, like I said, like I told you, I think I talked to you about it kind of offline, but I kind of got stuck in that rut of doing reviews of products and all these kind of things, and it was like, it was kind of almost becomes a grind that's like grinds your soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
People, and I know, it's hard for people to understand. Well, dude, you're getting all this free shit all the time, and you do videos on it and stuff.
Yeah, but it comes out to 50 cents an hour still. Like Larry nailed it.
That part of it too. But then it's like, you're always brewing on something because people are like, I get messages from people. What's your favorite brew system, or what do you brew on the most? I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I do. Yeah, like, I don't know. People ask me
like 14 different things, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah,
but
for the tattoo,
Portly is actually in the process of getting ready to move.
I was going to ask you about.
Took a job up north,
Bradley.
And he's not north from me, but north from where he's at, and he's actually got everything packed up. So I'm assuming we'll probably see a new build video on his new location, but he's moving up north in California, and he should be back. I've talked to him recently, and he's doing good. So
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad Beast brought that up, and you talked about that because he's a Braj, he's our friend, he's a brew tuber, and I wish him well.
Yeah, I hadn't seen or heard from him for a while, so I reached out to him like, dude,
good for you.
Everything's still good, So I consider most of you, a lot of my viewers are like friends, and the YouTube brewing community is all you guys are like friends. I mean,
yeah, that's
anytime I can reach out to somebody and give them some advice, or give them some help, or if I have a product manufacturer reach out to me and say, hey, do this, will you do this, for us or whatever, or look at this, and then do you know anybody else? And I try to pay it forward and pass it on to other people if other people, I know other channels that like to do the same type of thing that I do. So,
Absolutely. And that's why it's so weird trying to, plug the merch and sell it. Cause there's like, damn, I don't, selling shit to your friends or people is super awkward. Yeah. Selling shit to people you do not know is not a problem at all, Right. I want to give a quick shout out to Rob Barnes, super chat, $5. Cheers, guys. Cheers to Rob Barnes. Brandon McMillan. Rob Barnes, he super chatted last week too, man. Thank you, Braj. And Brandon McMillan. Cheers, Braj. For the tattoo fun, today we are going to get neck tattoos to make our mothers disown us. I'm down.
Nice.
I had lunch with my mom today. She's leaving to Uruguay on Friday. And then AlyazMohammed has tipped. Keep it up, man. Loved the last video. Nice and simple, Braj. Yeah, that was a fun video to make. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Brewing has definitely changed when I got into it 6 years ago. And I hope that I could have had that system 6 years ago, and it probably would have made me brew a lot more. Maybe I could be better at brewing, or maybe started the channel earlier for whatever reason. I enjoyed that video, and I'm looking forward to Brian's video because extract is rad. It works. It's more of a convenience thing. And I was thinking about this today, brewing a bag on a stove. I would do it on a stove as long as it's a gas stove and not an electric stove. But it was just a fun video to make, and Northern Brewer was cool with it. Not that they dictate or tell us what to say or what not to say, but it was good. It got a lot of shine. It's got the most views for any Homebrew for Life video ever in 24 hours. And thank you to guys as the viewers. And I think I'm speaking for Brian and us as well, because if people don't watch our videos, we are not here right now. We are not making.
What's the point of us being here if people don't watch a video? I mean,
yeah,
it's one of sometimes you put out one that is like the one I put out tonight was really.
You put out one today?
Yeah, I put out one today.
I'm gonna troll the shit out of you as soon as we get off here.
System in the Brewfather software. It's nothing shiny, nothing nothing pretty or anything like that. But I thought it was worthwhile content to put out there, and something to possibly help people out with. Because it kind of married with my storage video. Like if you had put all this stuff in different containers and stuff, how do you keep track of what you have? And the Brewfather software has an inventory system where you can put all your inventory in there, and then as you brew, you check off boxes, and it'll basically pull it from your inventory as you brew. So it'll tell you, it'll reduce your inventory by what you brew, and I think it was a worthwhile video to put out. I knew it wouldn't get a whole lot of views, but didn't stop me from doing it.
Hey, content's still content, and at the end of the day, you're not going to be a worser brewer from watching a YouTube video. You're always going to get something that could benefit you, and that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, I don't know, man. People, when I talk to my friends, are like, you guys are idiots, you guys are dick offs, want to be jackass or whatever. And I was like, hey, at the end of the day, like we're just not teachers, but like whatever the tutorial leader is or who's ever doing a tutorial, it's like at the end of the day, we're teaching people how to make beer. And I've had guys hit me up saying, hey, I got a job on the East Coast in this brewery. I've got a job from New Zealand. I've gotten a job from Australia. I stayed out of debt, and I learned how to brew because watching YouTube videos or BrewTube videos. Thank you. And I'm like, damn, dude, that's a really good fucking story. You got a job from, I went to college, got into serious debt. I didn't get a job. I don't think YouTube was that big at the time, but to get a job making beer is cool. Beer's always been cool. Knowing how to make beer is rad. It's not like learning how to, yo-yo or anything or knit. Everybody thinks that making beer is cool. And this guy got a job and is, made his life better because he watches homebrew tutorials on YouTube. It's a good story.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
Should I post this on Instagram? Is tonight the night we're going to get over 100 viewers in one Hoppy Hour session? Is it? Is this it?
We got 74 watching now. So
yeah, we've got like 94, 95 a couple times, but I don't.
Yeah,
I
never
don't,
broke 100. Huh?
Never broken 100. I don't want to do another fucking Instagram account or Facebook because I just can't do it. I'll just stare at it more, and I think social media is pretty much just more of a distraction than it is a marketing tool or a tool at this point. But it's cool because I talk with people all the time, and it's a great forum for communication. Every time I post something on Instagram, though, I just feel like everybody hates me. It just makes me feel weird. But I could promote it, and we might get a couple of. You want more people to hate us? I could promote it on Instagram.
Great.
Wow. Do it for Corn Pop. Yeast in the Barrage. Brian, how do you light your set to make your background dark but keep your face bright? That's a good question. I'm actually interested in that too. Shout out to Yeast and the Beast.
Wow. Well, everything is. I picked a really horrible color scheme for down here. The ceiling is black. The walls are brown. The wood is dark stained. The walls behind the brewery are dark stained. So basically, the entire space sucks up light. But I have some great big light domes that I generally use. And I actually found a ring light from Walmart. It was hilarious. It was like $20. Runs off a USB. I've actually got it like right there.
81
right
people.
now.
I'm gonna put this on MySpace, man. We're gonna get 100
Do
tonight.
it,
That's all I
on
want.
MySpace.
This is my bucket
Yeah,
list.
I've got these. I've got these 60-watt lights that they're like they're like a
We're doing it.
they're pretty much like a professional like lighting setup. And I used to use like 2 of them, but I'll just use 1 of them now. And then I play around with different lighting setups and stuff like that. And a lot of the other part of it, is going full manual on your camera. So I mean, if you're
Rubio.
if you're using like a cell phone or something like that, or a cheapo camera, you can't really go full manual on it, where you can change things and adjust the ISO and the shutter speed and the f-stop and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I most of my cameras are pretty good. I mean, I just recently upgraded to both my cameras are 4K now.
He's got GoPros. He's got GoPros.
Who does? Geese and the Beast?
No, I was saying you've got really good shit.
Oh, me, yeah.
Yeah, GoPros.
Yeah, I do have a GoPro.
I have a GoPro too, but you can't film with it.
That's a lot of how the background is dark and I'm light because I'm lighting myself more than the background because there's not a whole lot of lights in here. Like there's some lights over top of the brewery and that light stuff up there.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how I do it. So
I like it.
yes, Scooby-Doo, I did wire my entire basement, and there's an entire video series on the basement in which you can see the wiring that I did and all that stuff. Yes, I mean I this thing was bare cinder block, and I built it into what it is all myself: plumbing, electrical, woodwork, everything.
Somebody wants to know, is that Jonathan Elliott? Jonathan Elliott, what's up, Brosh? He was on last week. He wants to know, where'd you get that T-shirt? Looks like
it's BrewTubers. If you just look up BrewTubers on Google, it's an online homebrew club.
Hey, I got a question. Not trying to strike a nerve or bring the energy down, but who was the BrewTuber that passed away a few years ago? He was an English guy. I think his channel was called 4 Drinks for One or Time for Another One. Or
that was Paul from Time for Another One.
Yeah, that was
he was in New Zealand.
He was in New Zealand. What was the story on that? Because he had a channel with a lot of love, and then one day he posted, and then all the comments were like, "Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace."
I'll talk to you about it offline because I don't
know.
I don't want to say something. I don't want to say something that I don't know for sure. But I think
I saw it last night. It was fresh in my brain. But this is a shitty thing to talk about.
I think that there was something. I think there was some issues there.
Paul Wicksteed, a Trans Am guy.
I don't know that it was. I don't know that it was natural causes. Let's just say that.
Duly noted. Yeah, fair enough. That was probably something I shouldn't have brought up on a live stream.
Yeah, but you're not bringing me down. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I don't know who's now more than ever. The mental health is a big thing. So that's why we drink.
Oh shit. Okay, I got it now. I'm watching the BrewTuber shirt, and I know BrewTubers have been around for a long time. There's generations of it, and I remember for whatever reason his channel popped up on my mini feed, and I was looking at it, and I saw his last video. It was, I think, 2015.
Who's that?
I think his last video was 2015.
Oh, you're talking about Paul, the Time for Another One?
Yeah, time for another one, and he uses numbers like Homebrew for Life. He used 4 and 1.
Yeah.
And that video popped up, and I was like, "Damn, this guy's got good energy. I like his video." He's doing a 5,000 subscriber shout out, and I looked at the date, and it was 2015, and then because I always BrewTubers burn out pretty fast. And you kind of click on their uploads and see like, oh, he hasn't put out a video in a year or 2 years, whatever. He burned out.
Yeah.
But then I went to his last video and I read all the comments. Everything was rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. And I was like, damn, fuck, man, this sucks. And it was just it was a whole other. Yeah, everyone in the comments like, you're my favorite BrewTuber. You're my favorite BrewTuber. Yeah. And it was just the generation kind of before my time. Maybe you were putting out content then, and
we were. That was just kind of in the infancy of the channel of because I mean 2014, 2015 was about the time that I started putting out content on the channel
by yourself.
And he was one of the inspirations, definitely. We did a lot of Homebrew Wednesday stuff. I mean, it was a lot of I don't know. It's one of those things where you. I guess you have to kind of figure out where you want to go,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? What do you want out of it? Do you want to just like share some beers with your friends and kind of post online what you think about it and all that kind of stuff, or do you want to try to like put out content to help people? Or it's either people come to YouTube. I always say this all the time. People come to YouTube for a couple of things: entertainment or to learn something. And if you're not doing either one of those things, you're probably not going to succeed.
Well, that's kind of how you. I mean, anybody who's not made it, but has success with doing Instagram or YouTube or anything, it's like you have to hit on like the Venn diagram of three things. It either has to be entertaining, educational, or inspiring. So you kind of have like a balance of a Venn diagram of where you want to go for that. And we're BrewTuber. It's tutorials. At the end of the day, there's a message involved. I do a lot of off the wall goofy shit just because I don't know why, because I'm a failed class clown or whatever. But at the end of the day, like if you stick through this whole video, like you'll get something from this as you'll get something from your videos or Trent's videos or Masso Things' videos. What to do, what not to do, why this equipment thing is quirky this way or works better this way.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I actually had one of my Patreons reach out to me. They're like, dude, I watched one of your videos from like 18 or 16 or whatever. And it's like,
Minnesota,
you're not even the same. And I'm like, well, it's one of those things where you evolve. I really had a lot of like in my head. I'm like, I want to make sure that I get the information out as quickly as possible and, no off in the weeds or anything like that. And just like, get everything that I want to get out there as quickly as possible across. And I still do that for the most part, but I've learned to like loosen up a little bit and, kind of, if I make a mistake or whatever, not, stop, start, go back over it and, make it perfect and then edit it out in post-production or whatever, So it's like, and I think that stuff is, I think I like that aspect of it better now. I enjoy what you do. I don't know that I could do what you do, but, I had a lot of fun with the alter ego of myself. That was a fun video to
Swallowing
do.
the dipper.
What's that?
Swallowing the dipper.
Yeah. When it was a fun video.
I didn't know that was you till like the third time I watched it. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I got to check out some arm tattoos and see what the hell's going on. Is this him? Who is this?
Yeah, we'll see. So the thing of it is like,
does he have a twin? Yeah.
I grew up in Texas, so like I really know I know a lot of how like people from the South talk and act and all that kind of stuff. So it's like it just kind of fit right in. It was a lot of fun, and I think I'm actually gonna bring him back for another video that I'm gonna do on a product review. So
you did a good job with him running into the shot and then you coming back in and then running out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
If I had a bigger green screen, I know I don't need a green screen to do that, but I need a green screen to do my intros, and I'd have like probably steal that vibe. Like three guys in there, like, what are you talking about? You don't know shit. And like, look and then try to time how long this guy's saying it and go back because the camera's just in one spot. You're just masking half and left and right.
I was locked up. And then the pole that supports that's in the middle of the bar was like perfect because I could the mask was just right down the pole and it was like,
understood.
Cut it right there. So it was
understood.
It was perfect.
Yeah. Right on, man. This is fun. Brian, can you do a couple more beers? And by a couple more beers, I mean 100 ounces.
I don't know about all that.
I'm going to do 100 ounces. I'm coming on tomorrow with Matt Ushman. Matt's got a new channel. Do you check out his channel?
Who's that?
Matt Ushman. Matt Ushman. Apologies if I'm botching his name.
Wow. Oh, I don't know.
He's coming on tomorrow night. He's a young pup. He's got a new channel, and I want to help promote it. And he's got really good videos, and he knows what he's talking about. So 5 more beers, Goose Fraba. These next 5 are from you. We actually got a lot of questions coming up here, Brian. We got 85. I thought we had 95.
We had 91 for a second there.
We had it for a second. It looks like we're not going to get it tonight, man. But let's focus on the people that are here, not the people that aren't here. Jonathan Albro. Albro used to watch his channel, man. Yeah, we'll give a shout out to him. Brian, I want to hear about a little bit more off camera, but we'll kind of leave it at that. Sounds like Albro knows the OG BrewTubers, man. Sounds like he might be subscribed to CraigTube.
Yeah, right.
CraigTube's the goddamn man.
Yeah, I thought that he would possibly get to like 100,000, get the silver play button before anybody else. I'm rooting for Larry, but
what's silver play? 100,000 100,000.
If you don't put out content, man, it just drops off that cliff, you know. It's
Yeah, I want to get that 100,000 thing, and I want to make a video where I blow that award up, like do some thing where like we shoot it off a roof or something, like
blow it up with dynamite.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to have. Like, I want to have, it'd be cool to have 100,000 YouTube subscribers. That's crazy for a beer industry because there's just not that many people that brew beer. But I would want to make a video for that where, like, I don't know, tie it to a bunch of M80s and put it in my neighbor's mailbox who I hate the most and light it on fire, do something.
Right.
Yeah. You send the bees, Craig, too. MBC. We can get down with that. Brian, you ready for an MBC? I've got this much left. It's 7.
I'll go for what I got here. I don't have too many beers. So.
He's got the Fupa glass. Darren Blackwood, what's up, man? Quick question.
This one's actually from Brewing America.
Oh, it's not a short circuited.
Not my glass.
I will go get my short circuited after this one because I'm drinking these 20 ounces too fast. All right, Brian, here we go. Let's cheers to what was the name of the channel? 4 and 1. Time for another one.
Time for another one.
This one's for time for another one, man. All right.
I know what we have to do.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What?
Just say it!
M. Say it.
B.
No.
Say when.
C.
We're back. Did you do it?
Cool.
All right, I'm going to go to my brown ale at 5 PSI. Hold it down, Brian. You good?
Got it, man.
All right. You're the captain now.
Mandatory beer chug.
Mandatory beer chug. All right, I'm gonna go fill it up with brown ale. Bear back.
All right, sounds good, man. Yeah, that would be amazing to get to 100,000 subscribers. That'd be absolutely crazy. I mean, you just inch along and just keep plugging away at it. It's one of those things where things evolve over time. I mean, I have another channel that I haven't put out any content on in quite a while, and what small amount of videos I've got over there, in the last couple of years, I went from 2,000 subscribers all the way up to 6. But that's it's a different style channel. It's like woodworking DIY stuff. So. Trans Am guy, the next live brew day is gonna be the October live stream. It's gonna be on Halloween, the 31st of October, and we're gonna be doing a brew day on the 3-vessel system. And Kelly has ordered up a Oktoberfest. I know it's the end of October, but it'll be good through the winter. So. So that's what's going on. BrewSho, I don't have any big beers planned. I did do that Imperial Stout, which I was just barely on the verge of an Imperial Stout with the Brew Easy Compact. I don't have anything necessarily planned for like a large ABV. I might do something like that. Ryan Carter, I actually have thought about doing some dip hopping. I read an article on it in Homebrewing Magazine. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do. I know Martin over at the Homebrew Challenge just did it, and I think from kind of the sensory analysis he had at the end of his video was that there was a lot of aroma, but the flavor of the beer didn't match the aroma. So I'm wondering if maybe if you do the dip hopping there, you might need a little bit more late additions, and then also do the dip hopping for the aroma. Yeah, I don't know, Ryan. We'll have to see what happens. I do have all the lights down here, like I guess the stage lights that are different colors, and then I also have a smoke machine. So maybe we'll do something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That would be kind of fun to open it with a lot of smoke and haze and the lights flashing on and off and all that stuff would be kind of fun. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It'd be fun. Do a little uh, lightning and thunder sound effects and maybe some ding. I've seen BREW do 30 psi. Yeah, I mean, it was. I was kind of shocked to see the number of votes for the 3-vessel system because everybody does, a lot of the single vessel systems now. So it's one of those things where I was really surprised by it. But I mean, I like brewing on it. People ask me all the time. They're like, what system do you prefer brewing on the most? And I'm like, well, whatever one I'm brewing on at that time. So it's like, I think the 3-vessel system is more like brewing in a commercial brewery to me. It's not, it's definitely different than brewing a bag. It's definitely different than all-in-one system. And I like doing it. I like, flipping the switches, swapping the hoses around, and watching the flow rate and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot more things involved with it. There's a lot more cleaning involved with it, but it's just a lot of fun to brew that way. I mean, is it way more efficient than other systems? Nah, maybe not, but it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. So
We have beer, which means we have.
Do I like cleaning it? Well, most of the time, whenever I do a live brew day,
here's my
Kelly
homebrew.
cleans up most of the systems.
Here's the extract batch.
The hot liquor tank is not bad. I mean, it's just a matter of cleaning out the water and stuff. And generally, when I do the sparge, the fly sparge with that, I actually run the hot water from the hot liquor tank through the coil. So it's pretty much clean. You don't really have to do a whole lot of cleaning on it.
That's a good video, Brian. Do a batch sparge.
Yeah, I could do that.
Sparge in 5 seconds.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
My preferred pump in the brewery, Kevin Mays, would be the Riptide pump. It's quiet. It's powerful. It's got pretty much everything you need, in my opinion.
Jules Game Art. Just really quick, I'm going to give a big shout out to Jules Game Art. He designed the MTV logo for my last merch, and he did a great job with it, man. And him and Chris Vodka are the barrages when it comes to graphic design. Brian, if you need anybody, let me know. Thumbnails, merch. These guys are super down to help out BrewTubers, man. So big shout out to Chris Vodka and Jules Game Art, because I sold a lot of t-shirts last week from that, and that's all credit to Chris Vodka, man. So big shout out, to Jules Game Art. Jules Game Art, man. Big shout out to him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I got a question for you, Brian. You're doing the extract batch. Which one are you going to do? Are you going to do the Chinook IPA, the Amber, or are you going to do the Hef for Northern Brewer? You're going to do the Amber?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best one. Either that one or the wheat beer for people to start with.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best one.
I agree. And my thought process on that is that extract is syrupy. It already, you can kind of taste it if you're looking for it. So it's got that kind of toffee caramel taste. So extract, I think, is going to work better with malty beers like ambers, browns, or stouts. So I think that's a good call.
Yep. No, I'm with you for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and I get the same thing I do probably, but people contact, I had a guy contact me that was like brewed one batch of beer and it's like, what do you think about 18 pounds of grain in the Anvil Foundry? I'm like, don't do it.
I don't write those.
Only just started brewing.
I don't write those people back anymore. I send them to Trent. I just give him Trent's phone number and social security and pin.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
easy.
This
fix.
is Trent's MySpace page and his OnlyFans address.
That's right.
So go check him out.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Clawhammer just donated $50. Is that Clawhammer Supply?
What?
Is that
Did I miss
Clawhammer
that?
Supply? Thanks for the content, Duder. Barrage Tube for life. Big shout out to Clawhammer, man. I haven't had one of those in a very long time. It's the cat going
awesome.
crazy.
He must be lurking right now. Because,
is that Clawhammer Supply? Is that Kyle?
I don't know. I think so. Or no, it actually would say Clawhammer Supply, wouldn't it?
No, because the way I do it is through Streamlabs, and you could write whatever you want. So I think it is
okay.
Kyle. Yeah, but
Okay.
huge shout out to Kyle right now, man. Much appreciated.
You said, yeah, bud.
And I'd love to have you back on, man. That helps me out. That's gonna pay for. I'm doing a race this weekend in Big Bear. I've got a race this weekend, and I broke Sober October. I'm gonna get super fucked up tonight. I'm not gonna get super ham bone tonight, but I've got a Tough Mudder run this weekend, and that's going to help pay for the transportation, man. So big shout out to Kyle from Clawhammer, man. And subscribe to Clawhammer. If the way I see it, if you're already subscribed to Clawhammer, you're subscribed to Short Circuited Brewer. And if you're subscribed to Short Circuited Brewer, you're subscribed to Homebrew for Life. So I I think it's
If
kind
you're
of
not, you could be.
What's up? I don't know. I could be wrong because we always talk about like looking at comments, looking at the BREW or your video, and I look at your comments like I don't recognize a lot of these names. You know, like there's still.
Yeah, I've had a few people recently that say they found me by being on the Happy Hour. So whatever.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of people out there watching YouTube, and it's just kind of one of those things where whatever comes up in their feed, and if they click on it, it's one of those things. So.
$50 to make some hard seltzer, man.
To make some seltzer.
I'll make it with Trent, man.
There you go.
Again, Kyle, big shout out to you, man. And anytime you want to come on, let me know. Usually I do one of these by myself, but I run out of shit to say pretty fast, and it's always good to have a guest on like Brian or Trent or Raul or Steve or Jonathan Elliott and Eric Lane. That's cool. I think I try to have multiple people on. Me and Larry will come on, and it's cool. But I think the way it works the best is one guest. Me.
Yeah.
The way I like break the whole screen up: 25%, 25%, 50%, 50% over here.
Yeah.
And Climber Supply, TheBruSho. Seltzer for Life Fund. That is Kyle. Confirmed. Kyle's still here. And we're almost at, or not. I don't know if we're going up or down with our viewers. But what's the most viewers you've ever had for a live stream, Brian?
This last one that I did the giveaways and stuff on, I had 148, I think was the peak. But I maintained about 120 the entire time, which was like a record for me. So,
and it's good because like the people that watch that, your 120, and the people that are here right now, I think they're the diehard brewers, because people come into home brewing and they come in and they get out so fast. But these are the people that don't. Like, I have so many dead weight subscribers on Homebrew for Life because it's a beer channel. I think we have the most dead weight guys that bought the kit in 2016 or 17, and they've got the DUI. They've went sober. They found God. They're part of the Mormon church now. They're still subscribed. They're never going to watch the video. Like not even close.
Come on, Rubio. He asked me. I didn't offer the information up. I'm not trying to flex on how many viewers it was. He asked me the question, so I answered him.
What are we talking about? Let's flex on everything.
Oh, Rubio says nice viewer flex.
What does that mean?
I was flexing on you with how many viewers I had on my live stream. You asked me, so
It's not flexing at all. It's not flexing at all.
Right.
No, it's a good feeling, Rubio. It's crazy to know that you guys could be doing anything right now, playing video games or on X Hamster or The Hunt or at the movie theater or at a bar, and you're here right now. Yep. So it's rad, and Rubio's hitting you with the emojis now. I don't know. I know if we get over 100 viewers on, nothing's going to happen, but it's just like, hey, like it's just
it's a milestone, It's like when you hit that 5,000, when you hit the 10,000, when you hit the 20,000,
nothing 20, 30, changes. You're still everything's still the same, like
exactly.
you think that there's going to be no more bills and all of your problems will be solved if you get 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Like, no, everything's the exact same.
Yeah, Kurt, the problem for you was your name was not Chris. That was so funny because I did like a live drawing, which was really cool. I mean, it was really, really cool. I used Nightbot was the service that I used, and it was really, really cool because I was able to pick winners and stuff like right there live as we were going along. And I will tell you, more people with the first name Chris won hands down over any other name. And I don't know if it's because that's many people were named Chris or what the deal was, but it was hilarious because like it was like Chris. I don't know what it was. It was funny.
A lot of Chris's in the world. Where did the term barrage come from? I got it from my friend Quinn. Quinn got it from Workaholics. My Carlsbad friends claim that they've been saying it their whole life. It means nothing except bro. But I got to the point where me and my friends say it now. For, if I get a flat tire and Brian comes and picks me up, that's a barrage move. Like next level of bro. It's just, bro, brosif, bro Montana, barrage, brunch. It's just a variation of that. And then we just, bro. Yeah, it's bro, brosif, barrage.
Yeah, see, bro is so overused. I like the barrage a lot better. It has a certain eloquence to it.
Yeah, Barrage Mahal, man.
Right.
Yeah. And then one day at work, I kept saying barrage, and my boss was like, "You have to stop saying that. Like that word is so goddamn obnoxious." Well, it's like now I have to say it. Now I have to keep saying it because I can't really get in trouble for saying a word unless it's derogatory or just out of line. But barrage is just an obnoxious word. And then from then on out, everybody was barrage at the place I worked at. And then now it was an adjective. You know, it meant it was a noun. You know, bro, like a bro move. Yeah. But now it's an adjective. It's like. Yeah, we'll go to Pizza Porta. Hey, how was that new beer? Oh, it's
potato chip.
Pretty barrage. You know, it was pretty barrage. Dude, that girl over there, like, she's pretty hot, man. Like, she's kind of barrage, you know? Like, we just say it like that. Yeah. And you say any word enough times, it becomes a thing, a stupid thing.
Exactly.
And that's barrage. Exactly.
Yeah.
G-Funk.
I gotta break the seal.
Break the seal. Drain the main vein. Brosidon. That reminds me of Let's Have Some Beer. Shout out to them, man. They've got a YouTube channel. They uploaded today. I actually watched the first half. I've got to go back and watch it. Got you on the thumbs up, though. Let's Have Some Beer. Potato chip. I like that, man. Clawhammer Supply, man. Much love. I'm super stoked you guys are here right now, let alone super chatting to support my upcoming surgery. I got to stop saying that. I got to come up with new material. I got a meeting down at the Mormon church, and I'm also sober now. Good to see you, Brian. You dudes rock. Clawhammer, let's keep it going, man. I want to make that video. I'm going to do a green screen of the Clawhammer kitchen, not the kitchen, but your brew house, and I'm going to do it, and me and Maury are going to pretend like we're at your guys' place because we don't have any money, and we can't come over to your guys' place because that requires airfare tickets. But thank you, Kyle, man. Appreciate that, Barrage. Cheers. Jeremy Rogers, Shaquille Bro Neal. That's a good one, Jeremy. I like that. Yeast in the Barrage. Brewing regular ales jealous. I'm gonna let you run with the t-shirts, hats, and shirts on that, Yeast. But I like the effort. Have I been to Radiant yet? Radiant's the one that everybody recommends to people that come into San Diego. They're downtown. Bro Chacho. Hey, Oster, he's in the house, man. And the etymology of barrage will be lost in history in 2050 when everyone says it. I don't claim I'm down, Clawhammer. Yeah, I want to do that video when I'm going to get a big screen for that. Big screen, green screen from that. And I'm trying to write a joke because me and Clawhammer, we're going to try to do a video of our most popular somewhat most popular styles, and they were going to do our creamsicle IPA, and I was going to do their I think it was a session IPA, but I'm thinking about creating, like, if you combined Kyle with Emmett, you get Kermit, I think, and I was going to create like a new character where I'm like both these guys combined. I didn't film anything yet. I've just got a couple things written down, but I thought it could be really good or very cringe. Kermit. Kyle and Emmett combined, but I don't know.
I think CH has got to go full on like
Emmett
hipster. Like put the beard into like a
couple braids,
hippie
braids, yeah,
and then some glasses and all that stuff. I think that's your alter ego.
Then I'll have it all figured out. Luke Trujillo, what's your favorite food? My favorite food or Brian's favorite food? Or Brian, what's your favorite food?
Man, I don't know. I like to eat so much. It's hard to say for sure. I like Mexican food a lot. I mean, that's kind of my jam. I like cooking Mexican food. I like eating Mexican food. And that could be, chicken, shrimp, whatever. I think that's probably my go-to flavor profile.
It's probably the best bang for your buck ever.
Smoked stuff is good too. I like smoked stuff. I've been making my own back bacon, if you will, or smoked Canadian bacon. There you go. On the smoker and stuff. So I mean, I like that stuff too. But probably Mexican food is where I enjoy. Yeah, enjoy the most.
Yeah, Mexican food definitely the best bang for your buck. I'd like to have Mexican food in Columbus, Ohio, and see how it compares to San Diego. And it's very different, even from San Diego.
Not at all.
What?
We do have some decent, authentic places in Columbus, but nothing like
pretty gringoed out.
I grew up in Texas, so it's like that it's hard to even beat that. So
Texas Mexican food's the shit, right? I mean, they're
sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know it's completely different from Southern California and Northern California, and in Southern California, it is light years better. And
sure.
Yeah, Mexican
closer to the source, man.
closer to the source. But if you go to Mexico, you know, I used to go to Mexico all the time since I was 4 years old. My dad,
it's a lot different, isn't it?
you know, it's pretty much street tacos. That was the best Mexican food, and you're literally
little 5-inch.
Dude, they're like 70 cents, and they throw a couple radishes on there. We don't get radishes out here. It's pretty much just carne asada, guacamole. You know, they're pressing down on the corn tortilla right in front of you. It's not like giant burritos unless you go to a kind of a white, what do you call it? Like Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is kind of like the white man's version. It's like big quantities. But like for the most part, like if you go to real Mexico and you're eating food, you're eating street tacos and you're eating tortas. There's not giant burritos. It's not like sides of rice and beans with sour cream. It's like there's 4 things on the menu, just like In-N-Out. And those are the best restaurants. The restaurant and breweries that only have like 3 or 4 things because you know they're all good. You know, they've got the carne asada, there's no chicken, and then they've got that thing, I don't even know what it is, but it's got a pineapple in it, and they literally just cut the meat off, and then they serve you taco adobada or
El Pastor.
El Pastor,
like that,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sounding like a racist, shitty white person right now, but I'm just trying to explain what it is. Cali does Mexican food.
I'm a racist, shitty white person.
What? I don't know. Culturally insensitive. Tom Ellen in the house. Best night of the week. That's right. Al Pastor, pineapple slice, onion, and cilantro. You're making my mouth water right now. Heather and Tim Sharp. Nothing beats beer and street tacos. That's exactly right.
Oh,
no. Especially
it was funny because after I left Texas, I had to go back there for
Al Pastor
work,
IPA.
and I had to go back to work, back down to Texas for work, and it was like the avocados and stuff are just so amazing that you can get down there compared to where, you know, it's all the way up here. It's like, I just, you know, there was like a per diem for work, and I was just like buying like a dozen avocados and I was just noshing on beer, chips, and guacamole the entire time I was there. It was like,
I'm telling you right now, man, my only goal in life is to die in Mexico, and everything down there is better. Like we used to go to a place in Rosarita all the time called Los Gaviotas, and right across the street there was a market, and you see eggs at room temperature, and you're looking at these eggs, and they're all different colors, and that's the first time you kind of understand like what's going on with America, man. Like why all of our eggs are white and they're bleached and they're refrigerated. It's like, no, like the meat and the eggs and the milk and the cheese and the dairy down there is like, it comes from 30 minutes away. You know, the meat that we get in America all comes from Cisco. It's all like one like factory farm and everything's bleached. And everything.
Farm.
Like some egg farm from Napoleon Dynamite. But down there, it's like, it came from like that house on the hill. Like that's where it came from. And you think the egg is bad because it's browner, it's got spots, and it's smaller, and it's at room temperature on a shelf in Mexico. And then you crack it, and you're like, "Damn, I've never seen."
All right, yeast. I'm gonna peel off
So
some
much
names here. You
orange.
tell me if I hit one that is you. Richardson, Plano, Allen, McKinney.
Oh, is he still
Farther
doing
north
this?
than that, or is that
Kaiser
did I
Soze
hit
shit?
one of them? I don't want to bust out where he's at exactly, so I just gave a whole bunch of names.
I think Geese's real name is I don't know. He looks like a Chris or a Ryan.
Wow.
Right?
Factory farm monoculture evil. I'm telling you, man, the farm stuff, that's how Uruguay is. Everything down there is just, you don't even have to put grass fed on it because everything just is grass fed. What's up?
No, I was just throwing another town out there for yeast and the beast.
Eggs do not need to be refrigerated unless you wash it up front. I know nothing about eggs.
Protective layer on it.
What's up?
There's a protective layer on it that comes when it comes out of the chicken.
All I know is that I just need to go to Mexico more, man. Weston Wright, any general thoughts, suggestions on brewing an English ordinary bitter? I don't know. We kind of did an amber. English bitter is just pretty much a brown ale, just a session.
Yeah,
brown
I would
ale.
think if you want to be authentic, I would try to find some English malts. You know, what I mean, I would probably try to do that. You know, try to source your malts from some English malts. You know. Okay, all right, yeast, I got you. I know 75.
More north. Brian grew up in Texas. Texas. I'm in Longview, 2 hours from Dallas. I know nothing about Dallas except that DFW or WDF stands for Dallas Fort Worth.
Wow.
And
I tell you about Texas is it's a huge state and it takes forever to like. I drove from like the Dallas north of Dallas area down to like Galveston or something or one of those places, and it took like all day.
All I know about Texas is I tried to get Jessica Alba's autograph. I was with my team in college, and she would not do it. She was promoting that movie Fantastic Four, and she wouldn't take a picture with us. And she was
It's a horrible movie. No wonder.
It's a horrible movie. It's the worst Marvel movie ever. It's a ridiculous movie. They're all stupid except for the original X-Men. You know,
Yeah.
I get it, right? You know, like at the end of the day, what did Martin Scorsese said? He's like, there's only four movies out there, and like all Marvel movies are David versus Goliath. It's just, save the world at the end. And we went up to her, and we were sober. We were there to play, I don't know, Plano or whatever the hell, Houston or whatever. And we're like, hey, can we take a picture with you? And she's like, no. And we're like, well. And this was flip phone era. It was that weird little 2-year thing where they were selling point and click cameras, like the silver ones where you had to put in a memory card and
Micro SD card.
You know what? At the time, I was super bummed out, but looking back, it was like she's all PR'd out. Like she's at the prime in her career. She's probably 25, 26. We're 21, 22. Looking like you're with a big team. It might not be the best look, I don't know, but I don't know. That was my experience in Dallas Fort Worth all the time.
East Texas, the land of red clay and pine trees.
Jessica Alba. I hope that movie bombs. You broke my heart, man. You read my diary, it's all like, I'm just kidding. Laces out. Laces out.
That's funny.
Wow.
All right, man. 5-minute warning. I got 5 more minutes and I'm going to peel out.
That's it for Just Brewing in the house, man. What's up, Just Brewing?
Yo.
Another brew tuber in the house. Did
you have to send me a link? Hey. No.
What do you got?
Yeah, cat's clawing something over here in the brewery.
Man, as long as it's not ruining your beer. Now she wishes she could be on the happy hour. I highly doubt that, but that'd be rad. Jessica Alba's awesome.
Which is missing out on.
Good to see Just Brewing here, man. Jorge gave you a shout out earlier on, man, talking about a 24-hour beer, man. More brew tubers.
What's the name of that channel? You said Musho. What is that? What's the name of that channel? You said?
BREW?
Wow.
No, the other one. Mushin. What was it?
Just, do you want to come on after Brian takes off? I don't know.
You were saying he's like a newer brewer, but he's got good videos. Mushin something or other.
I don't know. I talk a lot.
I'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Yeah. Ushman. Yeah. I think it's
Ushman,
Jewish.
okay.
I think he's playing for my guys. All right. We'll get Just in here after Brian takes off. Just is, speaking of Texas, is that an hour ahead or 2 hours ahead? Because, Brian, you're right on the cusp, right? For the 2 and 3 hour time.
Brewing with Matt Ushman. Is it Matt Ushman?
Yeah, Matt Ushman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
he's the guy that's he's a young pup. He's trying to get things going. Okay. And you know how it is, man. It's so awkward when you're starting out. And
all right, we're gonna throw his. We're gonna throw his.
Are you gonna put it in the chat? Put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat there.
All right, you are a moderator, Brian. All right, Brian, can you do one more beer or half beer?
I got like a half beer here. I gotta peel out at 10. So
at 10 o'clock. So we've got 3 minutes. I'm gonna use the restroom. We're gonna come back, make it official, and then
all right, cool.
All right, hold it down, Brush. Por favor.
We'll do. Let's see. It was all Jessica Alba. Darren Blackwood. I am drinking a Osher IPA from Land Grant, which is in Columbus here. Yeah, 5 more ounces exactly. Hey, cheers, beer me too. Enjoy. Oh, just to let you guys know too. I've been talking to some manufacturers and purveyors of home brewing equipment. So we are going to be doing some more giveaways on the live stream coming up. So I'm going to do kind of, I don't know, we'll have as much stuff as we did last time. It was kind of crazy what we had last time. But I'm going to try to, do some more giveaways on this one, and should be fun. So we've got a couple other companies that we didn't have last time coming in. So we're going to try to see if we can keep this going and, pay it back to you guys that watch us and support our channel. And I know I had somebody comment the other day, well, you say we when it's only one person. Well, my wife, Kelly, she's with me sometimes. So it's like, whatever. Need the anvil hat. Yeah, absolutely. I have a buttload of those things. So we could definitely give away some more of those. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Video on the inventory functionality. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's Tom, it's awesome. So yeah, every channel and every bridge needs a troll. Yeah, so my response to that comment was, you didn't see the other person? Oh my God. I might need a doctor or something. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. It takes a village to make an idiot, for sure. For sure. All right, let's see here. Happy hour, 2 hours, 5 more ounces. Also became a moderator. CH remembered you were a troll. Yeah, exactly. Always trolling.
10 o'clock. Brian, I'm glad you're here, man. I want to appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know it's 10 o'clock your time, man, and I think I'm speaking for everybody in the chat, but thanks for dropping the knowledge and being here, and we'll get you back on in a couple weeks if that's cool with you, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Is that it for you?
That's it, man.
All right, Brian, have a good night, Brush. Sounds good,
here's
man.
to eating good and drinking good.
Because there's very few things you really have complete control over in your whole entire life, so focus on making good drinks and eating good food. Moderator out. Brian, have a good one, man. Later, bro. All right, Just, let me know when you're set up, man. We got Just Brewing coming on. He's got a channel. I'm going to kill it like that. He's got a channel out there in Texas. He's from Houston. He's done my broadcast, and he's done some other stuff. And he's got a, let me try to figure this out really fast. Sorry, guys. Something like this, something like that. Darren Blackwood. Yeah, definitely. Cheers to Brian, man. There we go. Something like this. Just let me know when you're ready, you brunch. And we'll bring him in here. I'm gonna plug the shit out of his channel. Is Jorge Castro still here? I want to get Jorge Castro back on too. Clayton Gerard, man. Hey, I saw you earlier, man. Is Biohybrid in here? Is that Ivan Isaac? We got Texas in the house. Texas is all over the place tonight, man. H-Town. I don't know what that... Houston? I would take it. Rockets fans? Jorge Castro is here, man. We'll get Jorge back on if he's up for that. Braj Boy Ben. I like the name. Is that my troll account? Thanks, Brian. Love you, Brian. Good to see you, Brian. Good to see Kurt Pig still here. Good to see you, Kurt. Dawson's Creek theme song. He's still here. Damn, we got a lot of love tonight, man. I thought he thinks he's ready. Just, here we go, Braj. Houston in the house. New York City. John LaCoise. Sorry if I botched that, man. All right, Just, I'm going to give you a call right now. And that's Brian. Just, can you shoot me? I literally don't know shit about Discord. Can you shoot me a message or a phone call in the chat? I could probably sniff this out. Later, Brian. We'll kill that. And we're going to go to friends. Is it J.R. Freeman? Yeah, we're going to go to this. Sorry, man. I let the cat out of the bag. I'm calling you, Jess.
Messenger.
I can hear you. Jess. There's a cat fight going on. Hello, hello, hello. Check one. Check. Come on, dude. I need some Spinal Tap. Hockey game starting, and I got some editing to do. Hope you Braj have a good one. Cheers, Clayton, man. Have a good night, Braj. Braj Boy Ben, not your troll account. I was Ben with too many numbers after it, and I was sick of the lame name. Right on, Ben. Cheers, man. Thanks for still being here. Just doing it again. It's got a webcam thing that's showing up. I hear you. Hello, hello, hello. Just Brewing.
I cannot hear you. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear me just yet, but
I
I
can-
definitely cannot hear you.
I can hear you, but it sounds like speakerphone.
1 sec.
I'll give you 2 seconds just because it's you. What up, Andy B? What's going on, Braj? 90 people in the house. All right, I'm gonna put it on my MySpace top 8. I'm gonna put it on the Discord. I don't really promote on Discord all that often, man, but I love Captain TJ, mandatory beer check. We'll do it. Mo. I'm not gonna chug this whole thing, or am I? Stay tuned.
I know what we have to do.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What?
Say it.
Say when.
C.
I'm pulling you in right now, Brush. I can hear you. Nope. Scooby-Doo has just donated $10. Let's hit the old sod and drink some Boddingtons. I'm down with that. I am more than down with that, man. Big shout out to Scooby-Doo 50, man. Thank you for the love, Braj. Thank you for all the love tonight. Just, you're here.
Oh, hold on.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Let me get you back up. I can actually hear you now.
Can you hear me now? What's up, man? Looking
I
good,
can hear
Braj.
you. I can't see you, but I can hear you. That's
Hey,
all right.
I want what? You're gonna see me on
I can't-
YouTube.
I'll see you. I do see you on YouTube. Yeah, let me get this other camera turned off. I tried using my GoPro. I've done it in the past, but
I saw
doesn't seem
your
to-
yeah.
doesn't seem to work right now.
Yeah, GoPro's kind of whack. I got one too. Here, let me go to. Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great actually. I just got back from playing some basketball with some friends, some coworkers.
How'd that go?
Showered and was watching the happy hour on my phone. And
My
then
man.
you said, "Hey, you want to come on?" Hey, sure, I got a little time. Why not? I can do that.
Yeah, you're
So,
what?
here we are.
One hour ahead, 2 hours ahead?
It's only 9 o'clock for me, so 2 hours ahead of you.
All right, cool. We're chilling, man. I'm glad you're here, man. It's been a little bit, man.
It has been a second. Before it gets too late, let me go grab a beer because I actually don't have one yet.
First things first,
Give
man.
me-
Get a beer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I should have
Alright.
done that first.
I'm
Please
gonna-
give me 1 second.
Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna assume that your face is still gonna be right there. I'm gonna make my face a little bit smaller. What do we have over here? That's me. There we go. All right, Jess, we're gonna be chilling, Brush. Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. Last time he came on, we got some things to talk about. I know he's talking about getting married. Love to see how that turned out, man. Don Diego still here. Hack Attack. Houston the Barrage. I went pro once. I highly doubt that, but I do not know. Wait, this isn't the hub? No. Scooby-Doo, man. Thanks for the love, Barrage. Much appreciated. Austin Maddox. Barrages don't let Barrages drink seltzers. I like seltzers, and I just think they're just here to stay. And I get it. You know, we all got into beer basically for the West Coast IPA for hoppy stuff. And I just think hard seltzers are a F it. What's Sublime say? Fuck it or fight it. You know, it's all the same. And if you got a problem with it, I think it's your problem. Just, what are you drinking, Barrage?
I actually just kicked my lager that I had. I had American Light Lager on
just kicked
tap
one
that
too.
just finally kicked on. Like I was drinking, I won't say that I was saving it for this, but I was like, you know what, that's gonna be a good option. But that literally just kicked, so now I'm on the my 1 day IPA. That video
Looks
that
good.
uploaded.
Looks good, man.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't she? Doesn't she look good? It's a Pilsner glass. I get it because I was gonna put a lager in it. So please don't flame me in the chat.
Nah,
for
you're
choosing the wrong
chilling.
glass.
This is Just Brewing. Just say what up to the chat. Let them know a little bit about you, where you're from. I'm gonna put your YouTube channel in the chat. I'll be right back. I'm not.
Yeah, what's up?
gonna
What's
do
up,
right-
everybody? My name's Justin, aka Just Brewing.
Mr. Freeman.
Yeah, Justin Freeman. That's the name. Only my dad calls me Mr. Freeman. It's really weird.
Are you Jewish? Are we on the
I'm
same?
not. No, I'm not.
I think I asked you that last time.
But born and raised in Georgia, actually, and I've been in Austin for a couple years. I've been in Texas for just over 10 now. This year made my 10-year anniversary as a Texan. So, cheers.
Hey, how'd the wedding turn out, Brush?
It went absolutely perfect. Not one hiccup.
Beer was
It
good.
crazy. Beer was great. People had fun.
My man.
I had a lot of good feedback on it. I went in with like 35, 38 gallons of beer and came back with like 30 gallons of beer. not a lot of beer got picked up at the time. So
Wait, I'm
we had
sorry.
lots
Say
to drink when we got back.
say that again. How much
I
beer
brewed
did you?
about 38 gallons.
Okay.
I brewed about 38 total gallons of beer across 5 different styles.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we came back. Not one keg kicked, but one was about half. 2 were completely untouched, and the rest were like a little here and there. So I did some math, and it came out to something like about 5-10 gallons was taken up. So I ended up coming back with 2 completely full kegs, only one that was about half, and yeah, the rest were about 2/3, 3/4.
Was it a full bar? Or was there a bunch of red and white wine? I mean, why weren't people just murdering beers?
It wasn't a full-on bar. We did have some wine. Well, I guess you could say that. We had obviously the close to 40 gallons of beer. We had probably 20, 30 bottles of wine and
Hell yeah.
2 or 3 bottles of liquor. And that was it. It was an afternoon brunch wedding. My wife just got home. It was an afternoon like brunch-ish wedding, so we weren't expecting anyone to get plastered at the time. So it kind of worked out, but yeah, there was not as much beer consumed as we thought there was going to be.
Well, right on, man. Cheers to that. And Just took a gamble. He got married and he brewed his homebrew for his own wedding. And I don't think I would do that. I don't think I have the balls or confidence to do that. But he did it, and that's a great story, man. So cheers to you, and cheers to your lovely new wife, man. Is she gonna come on or what?
Thank you. Maybe not yet. I'm trying to get her to brew her second batch.
She showed up
brewed
from
an
work.
extract batch with me.
Let's get her on.
She brewed an extract batch with me some time ago, and like 3 or 4 weeks ago was the 1 year. Like I won't say anniversary, but that was the 1 year since it had been uploaded. So I was like, we need to do like an all grain batch for you where it's you on your own, like it was for that beer.
Yep.
But this is all grain now, so
Yep.
you're gonna have to weigh it out, mill the grains. Let's see you get down and dirty. I think it's gonna be great.
And I'm gonna show up for one of these videos because as soon as like everything kind of chills out with the whole airline stuff, I'm gonna come out to Houston and I'm gonna stay at your house. I'm gonna take your master bedroom, Just, and you're gonna sleep on the couch.
You can definitely have the guest
kidding,
bedroom.
bro.
You got a guest bedroom waiting for
No,
you.
but I
can't let you have the master bed. But.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna come out to Texas though. I want to see you and Yeast and the Beast. And I know.
I'm surprised. I'm still trying to meet with Yeast too. I'm up in Dallas from time to time.
Yeast is
so I
weird,
definitely
man.
need to-
He's like a spy.
definitely need to meet
He's
him.
like a James Bond. 00 Beast. 00 something, man. He doesn't divulge too much.
No, I believe it. No, he moves in silence. That one. He just pops up. He just does things.
Yeah.
You don't find out until it happens.
Hey, so we did a thing. We were trying to get you over 500 subscribers. You started at 491, and Andy B says we just got it. I think.
I have not even been paying attention to that.
Well,
Thank you, first and foremost. Yeah,
I'll confirm it right now.
Yeah,
502. 502.
Wow, was not expecting that.
That's awesome.
I gotta do something for 500 then. Thank you.
NBC, man. NBC. You got to chug a beer. You got to play catch up.
NBC for that.
I'm not going to NBC because I'm going to get too drunk, but you can NBC. There you go. That's, dude, good form.
I do it after every video, as you can tell.
I know, and I got you in the last. Yeah. Fill up another beer, Brush. Big shout out to the chat, man. Thank you, Rubio. Thank you, Sunset. Thank you, Scooby Doo. Thank you, Austin. Yeah, this has a lot of love, man. You know, if I put that on Instagram or Discord or Facebook or MySpace, or whatever, I feel like nobody cares. But this is a great network, and there's the NBC, Michael Weiss. That was an NBC. That was a great NBC from Just Brewing. Justin Freeman, my non-Jewish somewhat brother. Freeman's very Jewish. I had to ask him that. I snail mail the first letter in the mail. I snail mail you the first letter. Yeast and the Beast, man. You're like Kaiser Soze, man. You move in different motions than I do. Had a Vegas bachelor party. Yeah, I think I'm done with The brewing community is the best. Cheers to Tom Alvarado. Cheers to everybody, man. Is Freeman Jewish? Oh, yeah. Freedmen, anything with pretty much men at the end or wits at the end is definitely Jewish. I don't think so, Papa. It's definitely Jewish. I brew my own first beer for my wedding, but I have to just do light lagers, I think. I suck at typing. Or blonde ales. Blonde ales are my least favorite beer besides Belgians. I just don't get it. It's like cheese pizza is my least favorite beer. Just, I gotta hit the head. Can you hold it down, Brush? Are you still drinking the same beer?
Let's take a look at the chat.
Yeah, keep it going, Brush. Hold it down.
Yeah. So just to kind of clear some of the air, my type of Freeman is not Jewish. My dad's from Louisiana, and there's I'm sure an obvious story as to where Freeman may come from on my side. So my type of Freeman is not Jewish, but nonetheless, my last name is Freeman. Let's take a look at the chat here. Let's see. Thanks again for getting me over 500. That's an odd number to even consider. A year ago, I was just thinking, oh, I'll put some videos up and see, and just for fun. But now I'm doing it for not just myself, but for hundreds of people, and that's really, really cool. Let's see. Let me try to catch up here. Have I been to Humble Print or Oasis Brewing? Sunset Hound, what's up? It's good to see you. Cheers to your first video. I did check that out. Thanks for letting me know you uploaded it. I have not been to either, actually. Humble Pint or Oasis. I have not. If you can DM me the addresses, is that in Austin? I haven't actually heard of those. Yeast, is your name James? That's crazy. Let's see. I'm the man, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'd like to think that I am. I should probably read I don't know which chat I'm supposed to read here because I know the actual live stream is a few seconds behind. So, Sunset Hound, if you're watching, I'm sure you recognize this. I like to pick up merch from a lot of the breweries we go to. I like to grab shirts and glasses and stuff. So yeah, that's quite a bit what you see from. If you watch my videos, that's where a lot of my glasses come from. Does that beer not taste young only after 26 hours? It was pretty green. I mentioned it in the video. After 26 hours, that your first pour at that point, it was very green. That first pour, it was still warm actually because it was.
Sorry, what are we talking about, Jess?
90 degrees. I was answering Yeast and the Beast. He mentioned he hadn't watched the video yet. But I was asking if it tasted young, being 26 hours in the glass.
Oh yeah.
And the short answer is yes. It was very obvious. At that 26-hour mark, the beer was still warm. It was still very warm because I fermented it at 90 degrees. And I did not cold crash. Once I saw that I was well past my final gravity, I said, why I need to keg this. Like, why am I going to wait? So I kegged it, or I tasted it first, and it tasted fine. Sure, like it was green, but whatever, that's gonna mellow out. But I needed it on tap, so I went ahead and I just went and kegged it, carved it, and then just kind of went with it, and it tasted fine. No one had to get together for a friend who was moving, who was going back home to New York, and it was also his birthday at the same time. So we threw him a big party. I won't say a big party, but it was people over, coworkers and stuff.
You got to start inviting me to your parties, Jess.
I could, if you could.
You're always talking about parties, man. You're always talking about parties, man.
I could. I try to have a good time. We have some space. We like to host things. We have murder mysteries. We have game nights and stuff here.
I love it.
We like to stay busy. But we had some folks over, and I needed something else on tap, so. I was like, this is at least going to take me 3 days. I knew it was going to be fine in 3 days. I was not expecting it to be done in 24 hours. Was not at all expecting that.
What yeast was it?
I used Lutra. I had some spare Lutra. I've got a small yeast bank that I have. And I just kind of reuse yeast when I can. I make a starter every single time. And I always leave what might be a few milliliters, a few hundred milliliters left over. And just put that in a jar, in a mason jar, hold on to it, or write on a little, duct tape, just write on duct tape what it is. That Lutra I used that Lutra for my wedding, actually. I brewed a strawberry mango wheat.
Lutra shreds.
And yeah, and that was kind of a similar deal. We were kind of down to the wire, and I was thinking, I need to have this bottled and ready in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm just going to ferment this wheat with Lutra and have it done in like 5 days. and then take a week and a half, 2 weeks to carbonate it, and it was same deal. It was it was done in like 3 days. That one I did have to transfer into secondary with a bunch of fresh fruit and some puree. So that was a little bit different. So I did have to fermentation did kick back in, which added another 2 or so days. But I was able to brew a 3-gallon batch of this strawberry mango wheat in 2 weeks, bottle it, and put it in the nice flip top bottles. Yeah, it was really nice. That was the one thing that actually completely cleaned up. Everyone drank every single bottle of my strawberry mango wheat.
I like it. I got a question for you. I got a question for Jonathan Elliott. What was the first Kveikis that blew up? Was it the Lutra? Was that the one that got big with
I think in the States,
brewers?
yes.
In commercial
I
brewers?
think so.
Right,
it
because
may
it
have been
stems
Lutra.
from, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it was either Lutra or Hornindal. I think Hornindal was like super, super popular, but it wasn't as clean as Lutra.
What color was Hornindal? Lutra is
Hornindal
like
was
the
red back in the day.
Yeah.
Lutra is like the bluish
green
greenish
teal,
color.
yeah. Anthony B, have you tried to use dry Kvik? I just used it for my last video. It was the first time I did it. It was the fastest I've ever fermented. It's $8 on Amazon.
Yeah, that looked crazy. I'm
drinking it right now.
My plan is to buy like five of those and just keep some dry Kvik on hand. That was crazy.
Yeah, and
watching your, it was really funny because you in your video said, "This is not time lapse." Out
No.
loud watching that video was like, "Oh, that's a cool time lapse of the airlock."
Right, and I showed
you cleared it up.
And I showed my face because I wanted people to know that like this is real. Like, because you could, if you just shoot it, just like you could fast forward it or put it in time lapse and make it look like it's going crazy. And I put it from the inside of my shitty hallway closet, and I looked at me so you can see like my face is moving in 24 frames per second. And I've never in my entire life seen an airlock go that crazy unless you put it out at 90 degrees because yeast does love heat, and there's no off flavors. This is a delicious beer. That video was great. I'm glad it worked out on Northern Brewers End. I wish that when I bought my kit 6 years ago, it was $200. There was no recipe. It came with a glass carboy. I don't know. Just, do you like glass carboys or are you?
I have one because it's cool.
I got 10.
But yeah, no, I do not use it. I've used it maybe 3 times, two or three times, literally. In the year and a half, 2 years almost, I've been doing this.
Yeah. And then you try to clean it once, you're like, this sucks. This is an absolute.
Well, it's super cool.
nightmare.
I got it on a steal. I've seen you say it a bunch of times, but I'm always scouting on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist for homebrew stuff. Every other morning. Well, just in general, I have a saved search in Facebook Marketplace for homebrew equipment.
Yeah.
I have a saved search for local within 25 miles of my address. So I check it like every 3 days, and I've at one point found like a couple extra buckets, the glass carboy, the small plastic carboy that I used for my one-day IPA, a bunch of small things, a bigger pot, a pump, a bunch of small things, and it was like $100 for everything. And I said, hell yes, that's awesome. The carboy itself is like $30. The big 15-gallon kettle is like $100. This is a steal. So it just came with a bunch of stuff. I used it once, and it was it's a bitch to clean.
It's a buyer's
it's
market.
Not fun.
It's a buyer's market right now. No brewing. I need more fermenters. Just get plastic ones, bro. Just get the.
I've got. It's really funny if you watch my in the behind me, my brewery, what I call my brewery, which is really just shelves and stuff.
What's the name of your brewery, Jess? What's the name of your brewery?
I literally just call it my home brewery.
No, you got to give it a good name, man. Don't call it your YouTube name either. It's got to be a better name than that.
I've actually said that out loud to people. People were like, "What would you, if you had a brewery, what would you call it?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I've got a YouTube name." And they're like, "Oh, that counts." I'm like, "Well,
no, it doesn't.
Actually.
No.
It's the YouTube name." Like, no, I have not figured out a true like brewery name.
I'm gonna think of some things tonight.
Though.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna call it. What's your favorite sports team?
I default to anything Atlanta because I'm out of Georgia. I'm born and raised in Georgia, so I default to Atlanta. The Braves are looking great right now. The Hawks haven't looked great in a while.
Who are the Hawks?
The Falcons sometimes look a basketball team.
Atlanta Hawks. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah.
I forgot about them.
The Falcons don't look great. They look great sometimes, but
who's the biggest sports icon that ever came out of Atlanta?
You could say
Michael Vick.
You could say Michael Vick. Matt Ryan actually just broke a couple records.
Jamal Anderson, the Dirty Bird.
There's a couple basketball players.
Who's like the Tony Gwynn? Who's like the Junior Seau of Atlanta?
Wow. Hold on. I guess I got nothing. Chipper Jones was a big baseball player in
Chipper
Atlanta for a while.
Jones.
Yeah, Chipper Jones was huge in for the Braves.
What was Chipper Jones's real name? There's no way it was
I do not
Chipper.
know, actually. Hey. That was while I was in like middle school, while Chipper Jones was playing for the Braves.
That was when I was collecting baseball cards. It was always Chipper Jones, Barry Bonds, Mike Piazza, and Griffey, and I don't know, man. Alex Rodriguez and Deion Sanders. Prime time.
Primetime, yeah. He, I think
Prime
I guess he was
time
a guy who
brewery
was
is too
Cowboys,
flashy,
but-
though. You can't call brewery prime time brewery. People are going to think like it's too arrogant. It's too.
Well, I
it's
mean,
got to
if
be
he-
blue
if he had a
collar.
brewery, that would be interesting.
Yeah, you can. I don't know. When you think of breweries, you think of steakhouses. You want it to be kind of blue collar and kind of like the man's man. You can't call it like, I don't know, Neon Dion Brewery. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. That sounds like that.
I'll
Might,
think
in
of
the right, in
David
the right part,
Justice.
That might work.
David Justice. I'll think of some brew names. I'll think of some brew names. You think of some brew names for me too. But I always wanted to go
Oh,
to
of course.
my two. If I ever opened up a bar or a brewery, it'd be called For Rents Beer Co. And it'd always look like everything was for rent. I don't know why. I just think that's cool. Or
That's kind of
Paul's
funny. I like it.
For Rent. You know what? It's
It makes
not
me think
for
of that
rent.
one joke of,
Not only is it
that
not
makes
for
me think of that
rent.
one joke of
Just
what is it? Where like going out of business, you know, like where like the going out of business places always do better. I could see that. I could
Yeah,
see
like
that.
when you got like when you finally want to save the business, everybody cares, but nobody gave a shit for like the 5 years they were in business. Big shout out to my dad. My dad's in the house. Hank Aaron. He says he's the biggest guy that comes out of it. Okay, wait, were the Atlanta Braves when Hank Aaron was there? Hank Aaron is by far the best athlete that's ever coming out of Atlanta. If Hank Aaron's in that conversation.
That's a really good point. Let me look it up really quick because
Atlanta Boston Braves,
looking
Atlanta
things up on
Braves.
the internet.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The two best baseball players of all time, hitters, are Hank Aaron and Ichiro Suzuki. Because if you combine Ichiro Suzuki's Japanese stats with his pro stats, he's got more hits than Pete Rose. And Hank Aaron, everyone says like Babe Ruth's the best player of all time. The Daniel Tosh show, he's like, you can't count sports until there was like Jackie Robinson and they allowed, black people and people of color to play. You can't be the best white guy when it's only shitty white guys from New York. Records don't really count until like we have the melting pot of the best of the best. And if you're talking the best hitters of all time, if you Google it right now, they're going to say it's Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. But if you actually kind of understand baseball and like, hey, like baseball wasn't really that competitive up until kind of the Jackie Robinson era when we're actually allowing people to play. The two best hitters of all time, Ichiro Suzuki and Hank Aaron. And if Hank Aaron never hit a home run at all in his career, he still has close to 4,000 hits. People don't know that. That's 800 more hits than Tony Gwynn. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Ichiro's the shit. You know what's crazy? People look at Ichiro's numbers and they think like, oh, in the Japanese leagues, he's gonna pad his stats. It's gonna be way higher than the MLB. His stats were the same. Suzuki's stats were the same. He was batting. He was hitting 200 hits, 250 hits every single year from when he was 18 to 45. He didn't come in to Major League Baseball till he was 27. But if he grew up in America or whatever, he'd probably be playing pro baseball when he was 16. He would have Pete Rose's all-time hit record. And that counts for me. That counts for me. Matt Ryan. Oh, I would never compare Matt Ryan to Hank Aaron.
I'll just say, hey, Matt Ryan just broke a couple records. He did just break a couple pretty huge records. He's not the best, but it's one thing to break. I'd like to see your passing record. What number are you?
Me? I throw it over the hills like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. You kidding me?
All right, that's the only right answer. Okay, you win a pass.
I'll smoke Matt Ryan in a thumb wrestle. Kelly Slater. Just, can you do one more? I've got one more beer in my system, man. Then I got to get some chow in me. Uncle Casey. Just, can you hold it down?
Of course.
All right, be right back.
Hold it down
All
for
right.
you.
You're in charge, man. You're the captain. Be right back.
All right, let's see.
Hammer and Homebrew.
That's not too bad. All right, so what do we have here? I'm seeing we've got quite the chat going on right now. Quite a bit of these are just either sports icons or brewery names. Not that either of those are bad. CH's Mario Kart stats are not. Oh man, I haven't played Mario Kart with CH in them in a minute. Chapter 9 brewing. That's kind of cool, actually. That sounds like you've already done a couple other things, and this is like just yet another thing that you're doing. That sounds really cool. Sports Ball Brewery. There was a running joke that I had a friend of mine who we just casually watched sports. We never like dedicated to a sport or a team. We just watched things that were on TV, and that's what we called it. We just called it sports. But we were just watching sports ball because there would be a football game on, and then a basketball game, and a baseball game. Let's see what's next in line for a video. I'm actually working on a single hop session hazy video. My plan was to upload it before my one day IPA video, but the one day IPA video, the footage just was a little easier to work with. There was a moment where I was recording in the garage because quite a bit of my videos in the garage. And it was super bright. It was crazy bright out. So I actually had to tweak some of the video settings on my camera. And I made the mistake of not fixing that next time around when it wasn't crazy bright. So my footage is just the footage is just not as easy to edit with. So I'm gonna have to go in and actually do some color adjusting on the back end to make it like visually pleasing. Because if I don't want to watch it, how can I expect someone else to? And in its current state, I do not want to watch it. So it's a little hard to edit right now. But I've got a single hop session hazy that I'm using. That I brewed. It was the first beer I brewed in my firm Zilla, and it was the first beer that I brewed using my jaded Scylla. The second beer that I did was the IPA, so that was essentially its first appearance. But I was gonna try to do something like a first impressions in that single hop session hazy video, but that hasn't gotten up yet. And it was just, I guess, it was just easier to brew the other or to upload the other.
What's your next video, Jess?
We were talking about what might be my single hop session hazy. So I did
single hop session hazy. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get familiar with some of the hop flavors, specifically some of the big ones that you've seen. So I found a super simple session hazy recipe, and I was thinking I've got a bunch of Citra on hand. I bought a pound from Yakima Valley. Why wouldn't I use it? So I put quite a bit of hops, Citra hops in it, so I could get familiar with that flavor and try to point it out from some of the commercial beers I drink.
Doing it right, man. Buy by the pound.
And the video is just I mentioned it while you were gone, filling your beer.
CH is
I had to tweak some I had to tweak some of the video, the color settings, just because it was so bright one day while I was out. So I haven't fixed it. I mean, I fixed it now, but I did not fix it at the time of the single hop session hazy recording. So quite a bit of that is just oversaturated. It's overblown. So I need to go back and undo it after the fact, which is going to take some editing. So it was just easier to upload the one day IPA. So that's what ended up going out. I was going to do a video of what I'm drinking right now. This is a stout. I called it my trash can stout, because I had quite a few hops that were on their way out. I had them in my freezer for 3-6 months, and I didn't want to toss them. So I looked at what they had, the profiles that they could, what they had to offer, and all of them, conveniently enough, were actually leftover hops from stouts and porters that I've brewed over the last few months. So I thought I could easily put together a stout recipe and use all of these hops, at the right times, and put together a stout recipe. And that's exactly what happened. I brewed it. It worked out great. This was what I'm drinking right now. The color is exactly it looks a lot like a porter. You can see that it's very brown. It's not quite dark like you would expect a stout to be.
Eldorado's a shit for hazies.
Yeah, I do have. Well, I used the rest
Tom
of my
Manning, what up,
Eldorado
Raj?
in that tropical stout that I did some time ago. I was rocking quite a bit of Eldorado. I was loving that Eldorado.
What'd you pay for it, Jess? Like $20 a pound, or Yakima Valley?
I got it for like 18 at the time. Yeah, it was like $17.99 for the 2019 pound
from Yakima Valley. Yeah. Buy a pound.
Essentially, almost all my hops are from Yakima Valley now.
I'm gonna do that beer, and I'm gonna do a pink Starburst hazy IPA, and the best one I've ever had.
That sounds cool.
It was great, and there was no extract or any fruit or anything like that. It was just the Eldorado hops.
Starburst?
Yeah, it was just you get all that from Eldorado hops, and It's kind of a longer beer. I think it's like a 5 or 10 day dry hop, but whatever it takes. It was the best hazy I've ever had, and it was at Craft Coast in Oceanside. Yeah. I know they're not watching, but shout out to Blake at Craft Coast, and I wish you all the success. They opened during COVID. It's a tough time to opening a business, but yeah, Pink Starburst IPA, hazy IPA.
Wow.
That sounds awesome.
Orange Juice vibes,
like,
absolutely.
Catch up on the chat here.
Jorge knows what's up.
Scooby-Doo 20 asked what my favorite yeast was. Overall, I really like super clean yeast. I try to dial in flavors because it's easier to dial in flavor in hops than it is for yeast, like off flavors and some yeast esters. So I usually try to go for super clean yeasts generally. So I'm like the Lutra that I just used. I always keep some US05 on hand. I've got like two or three like just waiting to be used. And I've got a couple US 74. I forgot what the lager yeast is, but the super simple lager yeast that
3471
Musho likes to use. Yeah,
the pink one.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a great yeast.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those on hand too. Super easy.
And it's a real lager
really like
yeast,
simple
man.
yeasts.
It's a real lager
yeast. Yeah. My first lager on that yeast.
Yeah, what, $3-4 on Amazon? Dry yeast ships without worrying about sticking.
Oh yeah, I bought
10 pounds of ice in there.
I buy quite a bit of my stuff from my local homebrew supply. So when I bought recently when I bought quite a few recipes, I just go and try to pick it up, and I almost always try to grab 1 or 2 extra things, if that's dry yeast or brushes, or I try to grab a little bit of extra stuff from time to time.
What's the homebrew scene
I make
like?
Sure to grab 3 or 4 of those.
What's the homebrew scene like out there in Houston? Is it kind of slim pickings, or is there very good homebrew local homebrew stores?
I'm in Austin, but there are two local homebrew stores. There's one, Selco Homebrew, which is my local one because it's close. Selco, South Congress.
Got it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's right off of South Congress Avenue in Austin. If you're around the Austin area, or if you've been through Austin, you know exactly what road I'm talking about. But it's a very popular road, and further down, away from downtown, you find Selco Homebrew. And it's actually right next to a very popular brewery, but they don't have a tap room open yet. Anyway, there's that one, and there's also Austin Homebrew, which is further up north, and that is probably the homebrew that services quite a bit of Austin. It's about a 45-minute drive for me because I live in South Austin. So Selco Homebrew is far more convenient for me. But yeah, it's like 45 minutes, an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
Sunset Hound asks if they're better than Austin Homebrew. I think they're better than Austin Homebrew. I've run into issues. I won't say issues with Austin Homebrew because they offer me a service that I can't provide myself. They give me things that I don't have otherwise. So I like Austin Homebrew, but they have messed up my orders in the past. They have run out of things more often. Not that they're bad by any means, but I will have put together a full order, and I will call and say, hey, I'm on my way to pick up that order. I'm going to be there in like an hour. So you have quite a bit of time to try to put it together. And then I get there, and then the order's not ready. And then I'm waiting an hour, like being there.
You're their only customer?
That's happened on 2 separate times. That's happened 2 separate times. And the order was wrong, or like something was incomplete.
Yeah, check please.
Yeah, so that's happened a couple times. But they have very frequent deals where let's like buy $100 worth of stuff, get $20 off. And that I will buy $300 or like order $250 and get $50.
Just you sounded really good right there. Just really fast. Like, where was your mic right there? Where's your microphone?
My mic is right. I guess you can't see it on the.
It goes from echoey to like really good, really fast.
I will try to stay in one place.
Now it's good right there.
All right. So yeah, I'm essentially speaking into it, opposed to like walking away or looking around.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll keep it this way.
Sure. I just noticed that, and I thought you were. I didn't know you had. What are you rocking? Is it the Blue Yeti?
It's a Blue Snowball. It's just on an arm that I use. I'm actually using essentially my work setup. So I've got a standing desk converter.
Let's get a
external monitor.
Let's get a tour, man. Can you move the camera around? What's going on in the office?
I would if I could. How about this? You know what? I can. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way.
What are you rocking for a camera right now? Tyler Burke, what up, man? Is that the Tyler Burke I grew up with? Is that the high school broad?
So
Tyler,
this is a Logitech webcam. It's actually not.
I got the same
very
one.
different from the one that you have. Yeah, it's a 925. You might have a different one.
I've got.
But this is a 925E. So here's my actual setup. This is gonna look a little odd for some people, but this is my setup. So I've got a blue snowball on a microphone arm with a. Hopefully you can hear me okay still. But I got a pop filter, a cover on it. You can see I tried to use my GoPro here. If you can see that, I tried to use my GoPro as a webcam, but
I see that.
Previously, I was just using the built-in webcam. But I've got a 4K 32-inch monitor here. That's just my cell phone. I got a couple Rubik's cubes, some hats for work or from work. I've got a baby Yoda, a gift from my buddy of mine.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm using my built-in webcam in my Dell G7 gaming laptop that I use for live streaming.
Right on, Brush. What are you in right now? Is this your office? Is this the guest room? Is this
Yeah, this is my home office.
Brush Brewery.
Actually, this is my home office. I have my personal gaming setup, so like my personal desktop, my edit, like where I do all of my editing is on my machine to my left.
Nintendo Switch?
It's all on my desktop. My Switch is in my bedroom. It's a Switch Lite, so I can just pick it up, and take it wherever I need to.
We got to get it going with Jorge Castro.
We were just talking about that while you're in the bathroom. We were talking about your Mario Kart stats.
Let's bring it back, man. Awesome Addicts wants to know what you do for a day job. If you don't care, if you want to,
I don't mind. I don't mind. I can answer a few questions. Mostly because I'm not going to get in trouble for talking about it.
He's a male gigolo. I've seen it.
I work for Google, actually. I do IT. To make a long story short, I am in what they call the Information Technology Residency Program, or ITRP. Essentially, it takes new-ish IT professionals, molds them through a Google pipeline. Essentially, it teaches you how to work with people, especially at a large enterprise level. And then prep you for what might be an internal job or an external job. The external job might be, with Facebook or Amazon or Dell or whoever, or, at a startup, or you create your own IT infrastructure. Like you can do quite a bit. Or my plan is to continue working at Google. So I am a full-time employee, but there is an end date to my contract. So I get all the benefits of being a full-time employee at Google, but there is an end date to my employment. But the idea is to get a new job before that end date comes. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the part of my program that is pushing me towards what we call outplacement, which is really just going from my current job to the next internal IT Google job.
Right on, man. Tyler Burke, he's not the guy I went to high school with. He went to high school in Georgia. I'm a young brush, man. Well, I'm glad that you're here, man, hanging out with me and Just and everybody else in the chat tonight. Walter McCama, I know him. I used to work with him. I think I actually used to work for him out there in Henneberry, man. Walter, I hope you're well, man. Thanks for being here, Braj.
Looks like you have a 5-head. You forgot to mention
What's
that
a 5-head?
part. You're just going to skate right over it? So it's like a 4-head, but bigger.
Oh,
he just said you got a big forehead.
Let's put an ad on my forehead, man. I got a big forehead. I got the forehead the size
That's how you
of
take advantage of that. That's how you make, a little bit of money.
That's right.
Did you hear that PBR is doing ads? Did you hear about that?
What? What happened?
PBR at some point was like saying, "Hey, if you can, we'll send you like a flag, we'll send you like stuff, and a little bit of money if you put it on your walls and take pictures with it."
For what? Just they'll send it to you for free, just for promotion?
I don't know if it is for promotion. I don't know if it's free, but you have to sign up and do a thing where they do but it's essentially a sponsorship.
The happy hour. No, I haven't seen that, man.
But I saw like ads and stuff about it for a bit. I was like, I should look into that because I got quite a bit of space in my brewery that I could just slap a logo on. But I don't know what PBR can give me other than like flags. And don't get me wrong, I love PBR as a beer, but I don't need a fridge full of PBR.
Yeah, I didn't know PBR was still around.
What are you gonna give me? Other than like if you slide me $500, I'd probably do it. But other than that,
yeah,
I don't know.
What do we got here?
If you give me a bunch of money, I'll do it.
Is it true when you dream you don't have dreams, you have movies? Asking for a friend. I don't know what that means. Just, you know what that means? Is it true that when you dream you don't have dreams, you have movies? Depends how much.
I mean, that sounds like it's from a movie.
Acid I'm on. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like something. That sounds like a question I could answer back when I was in college.
Everyone's taking off. Just, can we do one more? Can I go fill
Yeah.
up one more? Is that chill? You're hanging out?
Yeah, once you go fill up, and then once you get back, I'll fill up.
Deal. All right, be right back.
All
It's
right.
my nightcap. Hold it down, Brush.
Let's see. Appreciate the stream. Sunset, looks like you're getting out of here before work. Hey, no problem. Oh, a work camping trip. That's completely different. Those are two different things. I don't get the appeal with camping. I get like wanting to disconnect and like turn off your phone and be away from people and civilization. I get that 100%. But I get destroyed by bugs. Bugs love me. So like I was, we were home for like 30 minutes and I was outside letting my dogs out from being back like in town, and I got destroyed by mosquitoes just having been back in Texas outside, not being, I forgot where I was coming from at the time, but we were at home for 30 minutes and I was letting the dogs out because we hadn't been home for a while. And sure enough, I just get destroyed by mosquitoes the second I step outside. So camping is not my thing. I'm more a glamper, not a camper. But that's just me personally. Let's see. My favorite Linux distro at work, we have what we call Ubuntu, or is just G Linux. I'm not big into Linux. That's not my kind of IT. I like what Linux has to offer as an operating system and letting you do whatever you want. And especially all in simplicity. Like you just tell it and it will do it. Windows and Mac, there are some nuances that you have to get used to and how to navigate and do things that you want. But Linux, I think is cool because you get to do whatever you want. You can do everything from a command line, which is really, really cool. No other operating system is going to do that, and it's actually surprisingly simple. A lot of people think it's you have to know how to code or you have to know how to develop in order to work a command line. But no, you just need to know how to tell it what to do, but it'll do it. Let's see. It looks like we got a little bit going on in the chat now. But next, Hazy, I want to substitute the 30% flaked oats with oated malt to see if there's a difference. I don't know much about like oated malt. I've used it a little bit in the past, but flaked oats offers quite a bit of the proteins that you need for haziness. If someone's done it, definitely do it. If someone else has said, hey, it's worked, give it a shot. But in my experience, I would probably stick with flaked oats. I really like flaked oats. I'm very much on the verge of doing that for every beer that I have. Of just tossing, not every beer, but tossing flaked oats in the most of beers just for a little bit of head retention.
Oh shit, is my dad getting trolled? 5 head. Yeah, I got a big forehead. I got the biggest forehead in my family too.
It sounds like you. Hey, I don't know your dad, but it may run in the family, you know?
No, not really. I don't look like my dad. I don't think. I think I look more like my mom. But me and my dad.
I guess lucky your dad, huh?
What's up?
How about that? Nothing.
What happened? Just talking shit.
I said your dad. It sounds like your dad might be lucky then.
My dad. My dad looks exactly like Tommy Lee Jones.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Dad, send us a picture. Send us.
All right, let me go top this.
Yeah,
one.
let's do last call. We're doing last call, everybody. Just favorite Linux distro. Antonio M. What's up, man? 5 head, 4 head, 5 head. Chris Vodka, is it flaked? 1 more, 5 more. Gnome's on the East Coast too. He wants to do 4 more. 5 more. We got to get Gnome to come on. But no, I got to cut out after this. This is my last beer, and then I got to play the new Metroid. There's a new Metroid for Nintendo Switch. Can't wait. All right. And you got it? What are you drinking, Brush? Same old?
Oh, what's really funny is this, and this is also why I haven't uploaded it yet.
Cheers, cheers, Jess. We could do like a camera cheers. We could do like, can you put it to the camera? You can spill it on your keyboard and blow it like me.
I have done that in the past.
Look at my keyboard. My dad's girlfriend bought this for me a couple years ago. It's got more stains on it than a high school kid's. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad
keyboard.
though.
Yeah, it's not a.
It's seen some better days.
Red Dragon, $30, I think.
But this is
Letter John Mellon, Letter Brosh.
Believe it or not, and this is one of the reasons why I haven't continued editing the video yet. But this is actually the single hop session hazy.
Okay.
It was this was supposed to be the single hop session hazy.
Okay.
As you can tell, it's not hazy. You can see my face.
It happens.
You can clearly see my face.
See, you gotta pull CH.
I don't know what happened.
Start calling it a pale ale.
See, I think I'm just gonna call it a session IPA because I did follow what would have been
That'll work.
a hazy. But I think since I it was a session, so quite a bit of the fermentables was just cut in half. Not literally, but like there was a low percentage on most of the fermentables.
Yeah.
And I think that's where where the loss of haziness came from. And it is now the first 2 days it was hazy, and it was great, but I'd made the mistake of not filming at that time. So like I have to go and do my tasting for this
Settled
beer
out.
when it's not, when all of it's settled out, and I'm very close to not doing it, but I think I'm going to upload it and call it one of the other things that I did. Theron with the $3 donation.
Big shout out to Theron, man. He's the Braj.
Yeah, thank you.
That's from me and Just, man. Just, you know what? You were the first guy that gave me $100 tip, and we've had a few of those since, man. But that was awesome, and
I am just here to push the community that continues to push me.
Yeah, and you know it is a community, and I remember that, and I remember it was the first time I've got a $100 tip, and it was crazy because I've only had that like once or twice happen to me in 15 years of working in guest services, and you hooked it up, man. So I love the love, and I know we got you over 500 subscribers tonight, man. But
Of course,
anytime you want to come on, man, you know, I try to get these things going Wednesdays, Thursday nights. It's kind of cool, like how we did it tonight with Brian. Like he's on at 8 o'clock, we're on at 5 o'clock. He's got to go to bed. I can get like another time zone guy in, and then like it's 2 hours your time, and then maybe, you know, I get like another West Coast guy in for the last hour, man. But
you can get Trent Musho on. He's up in your area, right?
Musho's LA. Oh yeah, I know Musho, and
yeah, I've seen your collabs. I'm super jealous, by the way.
yeah, he's got me going.
I love Trent. I don't know if he's watching. He's probably not watching this right now. But
He's
I think
jerking
Trent
off
Musho
in his
might
thumb in his
be.
butt.
I think Trent Musho might be like my second or third favorite YouTube channel. I
He's
think
the
the
shit.
BREW is like my.
He's the
I
shit.
think he is up there with my favorite YouTube channels.
Yeah, he kills it.
I don't copy people. I get inspired by certain things, and I try to like emulate.
I copy everybody.
Ideas.
Yeah.
Like MKBHD is arguably like he's obviously I won't say obviously, it's not obvious to you guys, but he's my favorite YouTuber. Mr. Beast is up there when it comes to like what he does for other people, like giving back and donating. Like I love that.
Sorry, what was the last person you
that.
said? What was the last one you said? Mr.
So
B-
MKBHD is one. Marquez Brownlee is a tech reviewer, and Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast kills it.
Mr. Beast, and then I think right there is, and then I think number 3 is Trent Musho of BREW.
He kills it, man. Yeah.
I love the video quality. I love watching his videos, even
Me
if
too.
it's not something I'm gonna do. I just like watching it for the quality, and it's so cinematic. Dare I say? It's not a movie by any means, but it feels the quality. I mean, it sounds good. It looks good. Yeah, I very much want to. I wish I could edit like he does.
Trent caught my attention very fast, and he put out a video, and as soon as he put it out, I hit him up, and I knew that he had whatever background in production, because he's got an eye for it, and that's something that you're not born with. I mean, you can understand why it's good.
Experience.
It's experience, right? And Trent went to this school, and he hasn't given up. And you know, we're talking. Clawhammer was on earlier, or was chiming in, and short circuited. Trent has the best beer channel in regards to he hit the ground running, and he's put out a video every week, and it's at the same consistent quality. He's the fastest guy. I know we talk about subscribers and views and YouTube this and blues and success and, you know, the highs and the lows. Trent's the fastest guy I've ever seen get to 10,000. He's not at 10,000, but he'll get it in his first year.
He's at like 8 or 9 right now, right?
Yeah, it took me like 3 or 4 years, because I would just hey, I had one of those YouTube channels where it's like, hey, let's film our video game collection. Now let's film beer. Now let's film this. It's like Trent honed it in from day one. It's like it's going to be like quick, easy libations tutorials. You know, I'd be like, hey, let's do a throw up reaction video, and then let's do an IPA, and then we'll go to Comic-Con and try to harass people, or like get in, you know, celebrities' faces. It was like, no, it's not a prank channel. It's not a brew channel. You have to distinguish like what your channel is. And
you gotta find your spot. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just be like, hey, today we're going to make an IPA, and then tomorrow be like, hey, today we're going to do an oil change. I used to do that. I used to have that channel. And no, and Trent had an eye for it, and I'm proud that you know, it's very rare that a homebrewing channel gets 100,000 subscribers and stuff like that, because people just kind of come and go and yada, yada, yada. But if there's anybody that's going to do it faster than anybody, it would be TheBruSho. It would be TheBruSho.
Fred, I don't know how much of the homebrew challenge you watch.
I watch it. He's got a great system.
He's a pro brewer, I've heard. Martin Keene, I'm pretty sure, is a pro brewer. So
he's a pro IT guy. He's in IT. He's
in IT.
Yeah,
really?
he works for IBM.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Maybe that's the person I need to know.
Yeah. That's I love his channel in regards to pushing beer and being informative. But it's, I had the same conversation with Kyle from Clawhammer. It's like, and just, it's like, how many times can you shoot the mash in? How many times can you shoot these same shots? How many times can you shoot this? And it's like,
yeah,
at some point it's kind of repetitive, and hey, people put out content. I put out content. It might not be for everybody. I like what he's doing, but it's kind of repetitive to watch the same.
It oversaturates.
It's the same B-roll. It's the same
industry.
B-roll. Yeah. So he's got his shtick. He's got to figure it out.
There were a couple videos. I mean, he did the over-encompassing thing was 99 beers in 99 weeks. That's hard. That's hard.
That's tough to do. And he filmed it. Not only that,
every style. Yeah.
Hunter Henderson.
Super chat.
I got to go to work. This guy's got to go to work. Hunter Henderson's got to go to work.
Oh,
I got to go to work. Working overnight sucks. But watching this live for the first time, I'll be here every week. Big shout out to Hunter Henderson. Big shout out to
Hunter.
Just how many subscribers you have right now?
Let me check. That's a thing that I don't.
508. All right, you got 16.
Wow, that's awesome. It's really humbling. It's
can't do it, Chris Vodka. I can't film.
Obviously, it's a lot of fun being able to do this for people, especially if they look forward to what's next. That always makes it easier to continue editing, because I don't have to tell you how hard it can be sometimes.
Today we're gonna do an oil change at Just Brewing's house.
I actually sat down. I have a little bit of B-roll of me trying. I didn't ask your permission, but I didn't
ask your permission, and I stole your shit.
Today we're doing thing. I did like 3 takes of it, and then I realized I didn't ask for permission. And plus, not everyone that subscribed to me is subscribed to Homebrew for Life or the Hoppy Hour, so they may not get like that joke.
No,
but I don't have a problem putting like some of it in there, because if you watch it, like, it's there. Like I don't know if you've watched all the way through the One Day IPA, but at the very end, I do the MBC, and then I go ma as I go like on my way to the sink. I thought in my head this was hilarious. You've done that 4 or 5 times, and I've watched them all, and I appreciate that, man. I do it. You always give me a shout out at the end, man, and I appreciate that, Jess. I really do, man. Hey, it's the least that I can do. It's considering no. Hey, man, what you've done for me and my channel. So beer's on you, man. I appreciate you watching our stuff, but beer comes down to your own inspiration. How involved do you want to get with it? How much better of a brewer do you want to be? And for sure, that's on you, man. And I'm super glad you have a YouTube channel, and I'm super glad you drink beer, because if you didn't and I didn't, we wouldn't know each other and be hanging out and be friends. So the power of beer. Actively be looking for other reasons to come to California, because I'm going to come to Houston before you come to California, but hey, you come to California. Don't go to Houston, go to Austin. I'm in Austin. I'm sorry. I'm in Austin. I get Houston and I feel like Texas is like this giant country. That is true. Right, but kind of like Colorado, where it's like this giant thing. And there's only action in like the 3 like spots. Like there are 5 places to go in Texas. There's right. Houston and San Antonio might get roped in. Right. But like Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth is one place. And that's mostly it. I mean, that doesn't mean there's like the beaches. There's Galveston, and there's South Padre. What's a beach in Texas? What's a beach in Texas? Is there waves? Can you go surf? Can you surf? Is one. Is there I cannot surf? No. Yeah, but is there waves? Is it like San Diego? Can you surf there? Yeah. It may not be as wavy, but the beaches that are in Texas are more relaxing beaches, not action beaches. It's like the East Coast. It's like Florida. It's like yeah, it's more swimming, right. And just, I mean, not that you can't go surfing. I'm sure people have, but I have not seen it very often. Jorge Castro, 12-hour short rib video live stream.
I can't do the live stream. You know, Brian, it's just a different dynamic. It's just a different avenue.
It definitely adds another layer to your already, intense brew day as someone that's done brew day live streams.
It's a whole different experience, and you got to know something.
I think my next brew day
Joseph
is going to be a live stream brew day, but I don't know.
I can't do it. Really quick, I owe Joseph Ide a T-shirt. He's the one guy that won trivia a couple weeks ago that I have not shipped a T-shirt out to. So Joseph Ide, man, I'd love to gift you one. We'll team up on Discord or Instagram, and I'll send you whatever I got, man. And I've got the last batch, the NBCs and the Death Befores, man. So yeah, Joseph Haddad, he's been a barrage. He's been supporting the channel for a minute now, man, and I appreciate that.
If he's a friend of yours, he's a friend of mine.
Hey, we're all these are the diehards. These are the people that actually brew beer. Like I said, like most homebrew channels have so much dead weight, and these are the people that want to, consistently make beer better and figure out beer, and whether it's commercial or homebrewing, there's always something to be learned. There's always a faster.
Oh yeah.
Save money way or a new hop, like we're talking about El Dorado right now. Like somebody like Clawhammer or what's the biggest BrewTube channel? Probably Clawhammer or
I'll say Clawhammer, almost definitely.
They need to come. They need to come.
Barbecue Larry, you had him on. I mean, he's massive.
Yeah.
He's got 30,000 subscribers or something like that. 36.
Yeah, but it's all old. He's probably got even more dead weight than all of us. And Larry, if you're listening, man, I'm sorry, but if you don't put out YouTube content consistently, they don't really play you into their whole algorithm. And Larry I love Larry. I thought when Larry came on here, it was going to be super awkward. Larry shreds. He
seems, I can see
shreds.
that. I can definitely see that.
We're all kind of awkward. Filming yourself and putting videos on the internet is awkward by nature. Just the concept of like, hey, I'm going to film myself and put this on the internet and get good feedback is not as gnarly as MMA or stand-up comedy, but it's like, the kind of like you got to go out on a limb. And Larry shreds. Everyone's kind of a little bit different from when you're on camera to when you're on the happy hour. And Larry rips, but back to the point, he just doesn't put out enough content. He at one time, he's been doing this for probably 10 years, but he just doesn't play into the algorithm. He's got kids. He's an engineer. He's got a house. He's cooking food all the time. The dude shreds. Larry fucking shreds.
I can see that. I believe you entirely. I don't know anything about him other than his channel and watching him on the happy hour. But I completely believe you on that.
Yeah,
I believe you entirely.
Larry's berries. Chris Rad Eye, what up, Raj? CH, did you get your 10-gallon brew bag? I think so. Tyler Berg, at one point, it's at the point I might buy a tea just because of my job. LOL, brewed my first batch of Scottish red ale a couple weeks ago. Bottling tomorrow.
Your first batch?
Yeah, get out of bottom.
Scottish red ale?
Really fast, man. Shout out to Tyler Berg for making the plunge. Sounds like Tyler Berg is the freshest blood in here, man.
Yeah, you might be the greenest brewer here. Definitely keep doing what you're doing.
We were all there.
Is convenient for you somehow, keep it up. But you might, if you have the space, you may need to.
We
you
were
might
all
want to
there.
swap to kegging.
Yeah, it starts with one, man. It starts with one foot in front of the other, man.
That's true.
Joseph Ide, my barrage. I'll hit you up on Discord right now, my man. Yeah, I think that just came in. I got to get Joseph Ide a T-shirt, man. He's the barrage. Larry has legit brewing spreadsheet. Larry goes hard. Larry's got
I actually used his spreadsheet for
the marijuana beer.
No,
he's got
does he have one?
He's got like a THC beer, a cannabis beer.
I need to look that up. I've looked into doing that at some point.
No, he's a clicker.
When I get into a legal state, but
he's a clicker. Like you could tell, like he's.
I see.
He's got the analytics going all the time. I brewed my first beer once. Used to the barrage, man.
Reading back, but.
Yeah, but back to the whole Nintendo Switch thing. I'm super down. We always talked about that, getting that going on Sundays. Love to have Jorge Castro out here. Mario Kart. When Trent gets 10,000, I'm gonna buy him a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me know when that happens. I'll split it with you.
No, you don't have to do that, but that'd be
Well,
rad.
I know I don't have to. I know I don't have to.
That'd be tight. No, I'll pay for it. But dude, that's a really nice.
Maybe you pay for the Switch and I'll buy the game. How about that? Because
Down.
obviously you need the game in order to play, right?
Perfect.
It depends on which game, but I definitely want to help. If
That's
it means being able to speak to Trent Musho
That's a
live,
barrage.
I will do it.
That's a barrage move, man. Yeah, dude, that'd be tight. Yeah. And,
Yeah, I got you. Let me know when. And obviously you need I think you need. I don't think I can. Can you gift games like that on the Nintendo Store?
That's a good
This is
question.
probably not the place to ask that question, but We'll figure it out.
I don't know, man, but that'd be rad.
I think you can. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Dude,
right?
we
why
bought.
would they let you buy a game for someone?
We get him a Mario Kart and Switch or whatever, and all of a sudden, like, there's no more BREW. He's just addicted to playing video games all the time. Like, he just never bounces back. He turns into like Ben Stiller at the end of Dodgeball, just the guy that's like 400 pounds eating ice cream, playing Mario Kart all day. Sorry, BREW.
Hey, I mean, there's worse lives to live. I mean, Mario Kart's fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking Chuck Norris.
Someone's got to live that life.
Fucking Chuck Norris. No, man, that'd be rad. And I'm saying this to you. I'm saying this to Hellbrews. I'm saying this to anybody. Anybody who gets a 10,000 subscriber thing, I will get you a new console. I will. Anybody in the chat, see that right now. Houston the Bees.
Start your YouTube channel, everyone. If you don't have one, start it now. And on the off chance you get to 10,000 subscribers, may get a new console out of it.
It's not YouTube. It's the grind that people give up. Like we're in this world that people don't understand. People think like it's a Instagram post or it's a hashtag. It's like people don't understand like how much editing or filming a brew day really is until you do it. And my friends think that they shit on me pretty hard because they don't. I'm not offended because they don't know what they're talking about, but it's like you kind of only relate to people that do what you're doing because they understand the reality of it, and there's a serious reality to it. So anybody that breaks their back to get to 10,000 for the young pups, I will buy you whatever, a Switch or a PlayStation 5 or a Xbox One.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll just get to 10,000 and have you get me like an Anvil Foundry or something, or like a claw hammer.
I'm gonna get you a Blizzard from Dairy Queen, and we're gonna call it.
I'll take it, honestly. I'm not big on I mean, I'm like
I'm gonna get you a Blockbuster certificate.
Okay. I won't take that. But I am big.
There's one Blockbuster left. There's one Blockbuster left.
When it matters, when you see it.
Steven Delgado, I'm on my phone because it's logged into YouTube, but watching on my TV screen. Shout out to Steven Delgado, man. Cheers, Brush. No, it's just a different world, man. Once you kind of start putting out content and understand the reality of editing, like you don't really relate to a lot of people. You don't really relate to a lot of people.
Some of those conversations, it's when I'm like, oh, it's nice to meet you. Here are the things that I like that I spend my time and money doing. Yeah, they'll just be like, oh, I'll watch it. I'll click subscribe or I'll like it. That's cool. But there's not much of a back and forth. We can't relate. On certain things.
We're in our own little fight club. We're in our own little fight club. Like
it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I do have quite a bit of fun doing this kind of stuff. Like
I love
uploading.
It. I love it.
It's a lot of fun, but there are times where I'm like, is this what I'm best spending my time on?
Yeah,
is this how I'm spending my time right now?
It's homework. You want to get the book out? The hardest part is getting the book out. The hardest part is like opening up the editing software and just spending 2 hours. Like, is that the shot I want? Is that the shot I want? Is that the shot I want? But hey man, at the end of the day, I have no regrets, and I gambled with this YouTube thing, and I love it. And every month I break even and I struggle, and I'm 36 years old and I should probably have a roommate to cut my rent in half, but like I can't have a roommate, and I'll, some months I have to sell some things to kind of pay the rent, pay the bills and stuff like that. But I've got so much dead weight in my garage and video games and shit like that. But I wouldn't change this for anything. I literally wouldn't change this for anything at all. And I love it. Like I love this whole
Yeah,
YouTube
glad to
thing.
be a part of it, man. It's been absolutely awesome being not just in the community, but being a part of it too. Because it's one thing to just click like and follow and watch the videos, but it's also another thing to interact and comment and talk to other people and be in the Discord and even be on the show. Like these are different means of
I'm glad you're here, Braj.
sharing this love, you know?
I'm glad you're here, Braj. And at the at the core of everything, the common denominator is it's beer. You know, it's like good beer.
Yeah.
And I think this is my 5th or 6th one, and I love it, man. Like I love the community. I love Homebrew for Life. I love YouTube. I hope that we don't get canceled or they take away alcohol channels and
Yeah, that would make a whole thing. We'll just have to find another platform.
yeah, I'm back to hammer nails, being a carpenter's foreman or a right-hand man on a construction crew.
We'll just open a
Which is
brewery.
rad,
That'll be the easier thing is opening a brewery. That'll be the surprisingly the easier option is finding
I'm
a
down.
way to
San
yeah,
Guatanejo.
I've sat back and thought about it recently.
San
I won't say recently,
Guatanejo.
but
What city? Texas, California, Mexico, Puerto Rico?
I mean,
Puerto
it
Rico.
depends. I mean, I could definitely start in Texas, in somewhere like Austin. I'm not sure if you've been to any pour by the ounce places, but those I think might be the future of like craft beer.
Yeah.
I think that's the future. So if you jump onto something like that, you may be able to find a way to get ahead of a curve and find cut out your own part of a market. Especially if you take that like nationwide, you know?
Yeah, and the good thing about alcohol is that AlyazMohammed just donated $10, man. Alyaz, he's a barrage. I actually follow him on Instagram. He's got he's got some pretty cool shit on Instagram. I got nothing.
YouTubers.
Let's hear it, Jess. Read it out.
You guys put in so much time into it, and I hope you keep it up.
Shout out to AlyazMohammed.
It's people like you that make it easier, because it's definitely, there are times where it's not easy, where I'm like, I would rather, it's really funny. There was a moment where I out loud asked my wife, I said, should I play video games or should I edit? And then she didn't answer because that's entirely up to me.
Right.
I chose video games, and then I was like, wow, I really should have edited. And she was like, yeah, I know. You really should. You should have done it. But there are times where it was definitely, I'd rather spend my time doing something else. But it's comments like that, it's donations like that, it's people like that make it much easier to get that done.
And when you were in the bathroom, Jess, I was saying that I don't know what I was saying. I think I just hit my drunk mode. But what was I saying? When you were in the bathroom, we were talking about. Fuck, I'm an idiot. It'll come to me. Should we keep it going, man? Can you keep it going, Jess?
I can keep it going for a bit longer.
What time are you waking up in the morning? What was I going to say?
I don't have to clock in until
I was gonna say something.
10 a.m. So 10 a.m. my time, that's noon your time. So I'm good.
I don't have a job. I mean, I have to wake up. Here's what I'm doing tomorrow. Here's exactly what I'm doing. Here, as a scumbag failed artist YouTuber. Not failed artist, not whatever. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to clean my whole house. My house is still destroyed from my extract video. I've got my studio lights in the kitchen. I've got malt extract everywhere. I'm going to clean it, and then I'm having another brew chipper come on. I'm going to help try to promote his channel, talk to him about beer, what's his deal, how long has he been brewing. And then Friday, I'm going to try to brew. T-Man, midterm beer check. Friday, I'm going to try to do that rock beer, that smoked beer. And then Saturday, I'm going to Big Bear to run a race. So I don't know, man. Like,
you're busy the next few days.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that I wake up and I run pretty much every morning, and I don't feel like I work on YouTube 40 hours a week, but I also don't kind of want that because that would probably burn me out. You know, it's like being I talk to Gnome and I talk to other brewers. Like, I love home brewing, but as soon as you get a job as a commercial brewer, it ruins it all for you. It takes all out. So it's like I kind of pick and choose. Like, I'll work a 6-hour day or something, or sometimes I'll go from 8 p.m. to midnight. But I don't want to have that like 9 to 5 feeling for YouTube, just because I did that for so long, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I had a couple employees one day editing, like, we would have to have that kind of structure.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, I don't want that. I just like, hey, like, Let's edit for 3 hours. Now let's go run. Now I'm going to go eat 2 slices of pizza, drink a beer. And then I'm going to go back and look at, last night I was looking at Whitney Houston clips of like, and like to steal
Right.
that for NBC is like somebody yelling. And I was like, yeah, you can't really do that with a 9 to 5. And I got like 10 more NBC clips just from watching Predator.
That's good though.
Whitney Houston, the scene. Have you ever seen the movie Euro Trip or
I've seen that. I think
when he's
that's the one on the train, right? Where the people on the train and like going from like city to city or whatever. And they're this like they're on the train.
Yeah.
And there's like the weird.
Okay, that's Fred.
I watched
Fred
that as like a 13-year-old.
Yeah, Fred
I watched that
Armisen.
movie.
Yeah. And there's a scene where he goes to Amsterdam and he thinks he's gonna get like the blonde haired guy. I think his name's Cooper, and he's gonna get like the top of the line like best sexual attention treatment.
Yeah.
Next thing
that.
you know, like they're like it's like 2 like WWF guys like jamming shit up inside of him, and he starts screaming. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that. Like that's how I do.
Yeah, easy.
R&D for
I like it. Hey, at least you're putting that time to good use.
Goose Fraba. Just say it. All I'm gonna say is
We
Goose
got a little
Fraba.
bit of- yeah.
Goose
Oh,
Fraba's out
snap,
there
we
in
got
Texas.
Goose Fraba.
We got Goose
I
Fraba
forgot
out there.
about
We
you,
got
Goose
Fraba.
more. I forgot about you.
We got more Texas.
We did have someone ask John Lequi, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, to explain pour by the ounce.
I saw that.
The long story
Thank you,
short on
Goose.
pour by the ounce,
Thanks, Goose.
traditionally speaking, when you go to a bar or a brewery, they give you a full beer. Pour by the ounce, it's almost digital or electronic.
Yeah.
Where
They make the most money.
You as the buyer,
They make the most money.
Pour as much as you'd like. So they may give you a 12 or a 10-ounce cup, and you can fill it if you'd like, or you can just get a taster, and you only pay per ounce. So
By
that,
the ounce.
that ounce might be
50 cents.
79 cents, or
That's a
you
lot.
know, $1. If it's like a 10% beer.
Just
so
hold it down,
you get to
Brush.
Pick and choose.
We're doing one
Yeah,
more,
you got
Just. We're doing one more.
it. Once you get back, I got you. So we're gonna need to do a flip. But pour by the ounce really is exactly that. You pay per ounce of beer that you pour. So usually that implies that you have some sort of card, much like a Dave & Buster's or other places that you go and like swipe a card, and it's already tied to you having paid money for that. So you essentially, they set your ID and your debit card or credit card or what have you to a gift card, for instance. And then you go in and you place that in whatever holder that they have. It scans your ID and your card, and it charges your card for however much you decide to pour. The first place that I went to was in Chicago that had that. That was just a few months ago. And it was absolutely amazing. It was a collaboratory of, really it was 4 breweries all in one place. So it was a collab of the 4 breweries, but in one tap room, essentially. And each wall had a brewery and their 8 taps or something to that effect. And you could go in, and my wife and I went twice, actually, in the 1 week we were in Chicago. So we went and did that. We went twice and each of us had a beer from each place. So we tried each one. So we kind of had what might have been 16 beers across 2 days, over several hours at this one place. And obviously we didn't fill it up all the way, but we were able to try all these different beers all in one place. So it was really, really, really cool. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm catching up. We had a pour by the ounce here in Santa Cruz. It went belly up. Really? That's terrible to hear. I imagine that they can be hard to upkeep because it's digital, which means you got to pay a little bit more for electricity, and you need to pay the people to set it up for you. And if there are problems, you have to ask them for help. So it's not the best means for business, but it's got an appeal in places like Austin, where you have people that may not like beer very much, or they're only there to try it, or they're only there on their lunch, or they're only there right after work and they need to drive right after, so they may not want to have 5 beers. So being able to leverage letting people pour it themselves, I think that's definitely a good thing. It can be a good thing in today's world where you need to be careful about strangers touching the same surfaces. You got to be careful sometimes. So in the place that we went to, we're still talking about pour by the ounce, and I'm now on the downside of how in this space we're in now, where you do need to be COVID conscious, having strangers touching the same tap handles may not be the best thing. So where I was in Chicago, in order to pour your beer, you absolutely had to use a napkin in order to pull the tap, which was very helpful because they had people watching it and making sure that weren't just grabbing the handles. So obviously, outside of COVID concerns, that doesn't necessarily exist. But in the world that we do live in, where you do need to be concerned about that, just having someone sanitize their hands or just use a napkin to pour the beer, that solves that problem.
Easy fix. Josh, you're up to 510 subscribers, man. Big shout out to the chat right now, man.
Wow, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right.
Obviously, I wouldn't have gotten there without you.
Next,
let me go fill up one more time.
Uno mas. I got one more too, man. Next goal is 1,000. We're coming down to the wire. This is the nightcap, even though we'll probably do like 3 more. We're doing it. I always say like we have to pull the plug at an hour and a half. We're coming up on 3 hours. Jonathan Elliott, still here, man. It's economically feasible to get the full pint. Yeah, and the place by my house, even if you over pour, they still charge you. It's whatever leaves the beer faucet. TheBruSho, he's back, man. Back from the dead. BREW. I wrote it down, but Just Brewing gave you a huge
here?
shout.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Trent's actually here, the legend.
Yeah, we can kiss his ass in
fangirling right now.
somewhat
Trent,
real time.
if you're actually watching this right now, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, he's here.
Absolute huge fan.
He's actually in the back.
I'm a huge fan, Trent.
I've got him tied up.
I see you. Oh, you're a moderator.
You can be a moderator.
When it comes to the dollar amount, yes, the paying for a full beer is there. But when it comes to me as someone that likes to try different beers, if I have to pay $1 more to try 3 beers in 12 ounces, I will do it. 1,000,000%, I will do it.
John Laquise has to go out to the shed to get another beer. I think he can pull it off, man. All we have to do is believe.
Go, John. Be safe.
Sometimes the kegs are overcarbed. No brewing still in the house, man. Later Trans Am guy, moderator Trent, Chris Vodka. Some brews I've been to do it my favorite way. All day off.
Trans Am guy.
We're still holding, man. We still got 60 people in here 3 hours in. It's crazy. Love that you made my light lager. That was awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Trent is a brew in the bag guy. Trent is the warlord of brew in the bag.
You are a legend. When I saw yours,
TheBruSho.
There's this misconception of, I won't call it a misconception because generally speaking it does hold true, but when it comes to lager yeasts, I'm pretty kind of afraid to use most lager yeasts because I'm always brewing ales. Like how can you not brew an ale? And I don't always have only one beer. Like right now I have no beers fermenting, which is really weird. I almost always have one, usually like 2 beers fermenting at once. So keeping my fermentation chamber at a neutral temperature is ideal. So there was one moment right after my wedding where I had no beers fermenting. I thought I can set this fermentation chamber to whatever temperature. Let me get it ready for a lager. And I was planning on doing a tried and true lager at like 50 something degrees.
See, you sound way better right here, Jess. Jess, you sound like whatever happened. You come into like the
staring at the.
You come into like this new world. Is that what it is?
It might be because I'm getting closer to my mic. I realize I'm getting closer to my computer.
Joseph is still here, man. Yeah, 9 day.
I realized that
Joseph, don't leave me, man. Don't you leave me, Joseph.
No beer in my fermentation chamber. So I thought I might as well do a lager. And then right as I was putting together something like a lager recipe and like finding my way to make it happen, I realized, oh snap.
By the way, we're doing a 24-hour stream tonight.
Multiple beers on tap.
We're doing a 24-hour stream tonight. You're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere until we both get fired from our jobs.
I'm sure technically I could make that happen.
Could you do it?
Wouldn't be easy.
Could we go all night before you go to work tomorrow?
It would not be easy, but technically that's possible.
What are you, 25 years old?
I am 25. I turn 26 next week.
You can pull that off. You could pull that off at your age. When I was 25, I could fall on my neck.
The hangover is not the problem. It's more so being able to actually be conscious.
Work done
in the morning and like talk to other human beings.
Yeah,
and
the
be
people.
Like, oh, that's what you need.
They're paying me to do something. Yeah. No, I like it, man. Every time I let a beer sit in a keg for 3 weeks, CH Trent says you're CH Trent says it's just a one clamper. Yeah, Trent taught me all about brewing a bag, man. I bought 4 clamps, and
I saw that. Yeah, I actually bought 2 clamps, not knowing that you only need 1. But
Trent
I bought
knows
2.
his shit.
Yeah, based on Trent's one of his like how to brew in a bag videos.
He knows all, man.
Yeah. No, Trent's a legend for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Living legend.
I realized I needed more than just the 1 beer, so I had to find. And then I watched your light lager video and how you could ferment. You know, the US 871, I think is what it is. What we talked about. You can ferment that at 68.
Yeah, 3471.
You can ferment that at 68, no problem.
Yeah.
Done, 1,000,000%. So I just was like, okay, well, if it works for him, I'm in. If I'm just gonna do what he did. Obviously, it worked. And I made this joke during my during the video where I said
3470 East of the Barrage.
It must be in his beer. Oh, is it 3470? Yeah.
50,
I made a joke how the quality of his videos may be in the beer. So maybe I should follow his beer recipes because maybe it'll give me a good video. Obviously, it's a joke, but I very much like the quality behind Trent's videos. So I had to do something to follow it.
Jess, I got a question, and this goes for everybody in the chat. If we were going to do a BrewTube thing or a homebrew con, what would be the best city we could all meet up at? Like if everybody was, hey, COVID's over and let's all, we got some disposable income. East Coast, West Coast, GABF.
I would probably keep it central.
Colorado.
Maybe, I mean, if everyone
make it easy.
would,
yeah.
Exactly.
GABF.
Colorado was my first thought, mostly
GABF.
because it's very
Austin.
central to everyone.
AlyazMohammed says Austin.
Austin is a good spot, man. At least I can sleep 2 people here. I could give someone in my guest room.
I'm in there with Trent. Me and Trent are gonna scissor all night. You have 3 beds?
Fair.
What?
Well, it is a 3-bed 2-bath, but we put an air mattress in my office.
New York
so,
City.
Where I'm standing right now. We had an air mattress in here last weekend.
I appreciate it, man, but we'll get an Airbnb. If it ever happens, I'll get an Airbnb, and me and Donnie and Maury and maybe, Jonathan Elliott, Eric Lane, and BrewSho can come out there, and we could get a cool place for BrewCon and maybe shoot a vlog and talk about, the breweries that are getting the medals. And
that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I would do it 100%. 100% we could make that work.
Dude, it'd be rad if they did it in New Orleans. New Orleans
would be fun too. NOLA is hard to.
NOLA's the
I love
shit.
New Orleans.
Vegas.
Love New
yeah,
Orleans.
right next door to the Adult Video Awards, AVGN or whatever. No, but I think we should, man. Who has the mansion? Nobody. This is blue collar.
We could all rent one though. I mean,
Scooby Doo's
10
down.
people renting one. That's cheap.
Oh, I would want to go for blood. Like this could be a once in a lifetime trip.
Definitely, yeah. We could make. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. Obviously, we could say it's in 10 months. And people can save up for it. It's in a year. People can make it happen.
It's gonna be in 6 months. Yeah. Joseph Hyde, find an airport hub so everybody can get cheap flights. Good looking out, Joseph Hyde.
Austin is kind of one. So like you can get. I mean, Colorado. My wife's really good at it, but she found like $30 round trip tickets to and from Colorado a couple years ago. So that's possible. We found that our flights to New York, because we're actually flying to New York for my birthday. I'm going to spend a week all of next week in New York.
Short circuit his basement.
Some of those are super cheap too, so it's possible.
Goose Fraba. Yeah, it's funny. Like I look more forward to this than going to like one of my shitty friends' bachelor parties. Man, bachelor parties I can't really do it. BrajCon.
I like that, honestly. I think
BrajCon. Nashville
like
or Asheville? That's a damn good question, Patrick D. Festival of the Dark is in February. What is that, Jonathan Elliott? Festival of the Dark. Sounds like a hangout.
We can make it a vacation too.
Puerto Rico.
Do it in Puerto Rico. Yeah, do it in Puerto Rico.
That is American territory. It would be tougher to do with COVID and all that stuff. Let's have a beer in NYC, Just. John LaQuise definitely wants to get you out there to New York City, Just.
Hell yeah. If you got some recommendations, let me know. You can DM me on Instagram. My Instagram name is the same as my YouTube channel, except instead of a space, it's an underscore. So,
you know what's funny is most people don't know shit about New York and their craft beer scene. People know about New Hampshire. People know about the Midwest. People know about Colorado.
New York's got a lot of options. I really want to go see Brooklyn Brewery. I think that's like a legendary in my eyes, it's legendary.
I'm with Noam.
I'm actually going to be in Astoria. That's where we're staying. So if you got some recommendations in that area, definitely let me know.
There's Astoria, Oregon. There's Astoria, New York.
Astoria, Astoria is a small section of a small section within one of the parts of New York. New York is
I know.
like five or six different places. So
No, I know. Yeah. It's almost 8:30 PST. May I request an NBC? Tyler Burke, we'll get an NBC, man. We'll get to that. I'll bring the Shiner. My NBCs are too long, man.
Amazing. I love Shiner.
Shiner Bach?
Yeah, Shiner Bach. Yeah, that's out of Shiner, Texas. Yeah,
Shiner Bach's shit. Shiner Bach is the shit.
It's actually by Anheuser. So it's Anheuser owns Shiner.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Which is the downside, but Shiner is it's a hit everywhere. I love Shiner. It's a go-to. Anytime I don't know what to get, I get Shiner.
Jake Weichman, Maine has a lot of breweries too. Yeah, we have a guy comes on, apartment brewer Steve. He's from New Hampshire. He's always talking about all that stuff up there.
Love Steve.
Steve's the man. Steve's the shit, man.
Love Steve. Steve's great. Steve's great.
Steve's the shit, man. Steve was on last week, man. We always have a good time.
He's one of the few people that I can actually get through a full-on 30-minute video, top to bottom. I can't always do that. I'll do it for Steve.
Yeah.
It's easy watching Steve. Like it's like 5 videos all in one. Like it's really, really cool because it's why he chose what he chose. It's how he chose it. It's how he built it. It's him building it. It's him brewing it. It's the whole thing. It's top to bottom. It's like 5 videos in one. It's really, really cool. I love watching Apartment Brewer.
Steve shreds, man. He's got a good channel. And while Just is at it, man, it's the Apartment Brewer on YouTube. That's the plug if anybody is unaware of what we're talking about.
I wonder how long he's going to be the Apartment Brewer because he's not in an apartment now.
What do you mean?
Isn't he in a house now? Doesn't he have a house?
I don't know.
Isn't he moving into a house?
I don't know.
I remember him talking about potentially moving into a house. So he was looking at maybe not being in the Apartment Brewer anymore.
Okay.
And then I recognized that he was uploading videos in front of his green screen. So I was like, oh, maybe he's moving. Maybe things are happening. In my head, that was maybe he's in a house. Obviously, things change, plans change. This could no longer be happening. So like, I could just be wrong entirely. But I do remember there was a moment where he was talking about no longer being the Apartment Brewer, so like potentially needing to change names.
Got it. Marco Cabrera has subscribed. Marco Cabrera says, Miami full of microbrews. I need to go to Florida. There was kind of a girl.
Florida would be fun.
Yeah, there was kind of a girl I was talking to. I think she probably hates me at this point. Florida Dave, I'm 3 hours late. Let the party continue. Florida Dave's in the house, man. Cheers. Bob does beer things.
Florida Dave, that's funny. That's really funny.
I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Asheville. I want to go to Nashville.
You got to go to Austin.
I'm going to come to Austin. I want to do this whole BrandonCon thing, 2022. But I think you're right. I think Colorado would be the best course of action to get everybody there.
I think it's essential for literally everyone. I mean,
Steven Delgado. I don't
know many people in Colorado. I don't know many homebrewers
Margin
that are
Cabin.
Colorado.
Margin Cabin's in the house, man. Sorry, what were you saying, Jess?
Well, I mean, like just Colorado being a central place for everyone.
Yeah, it's just a halfway point. You know, it's the fairest. It's just what's going on over here. I watched 4.
I mean, definitely. That's the easiest. It would be much easier to drive or fly to Colorado than it would be other places. Like it's definitely,
man.
Yeah, that would be easy.
I love it, man. I love it.
We're due for a Colorado trip anyway. We usually go from time to time.
I haven't been in 10 years. I'm down for that. Just, have you been to Tennessee?
I've got some family in Tennessee. My one of my uncles, very, very close uncles, is out in Memphis. We've driven out there a couple times. I haven't been recently, recently as in like the last 8 years. But actually, no, I have been recently. We did go. One of my cousins, my uncle's son, my cousin graduated college, and we went to his graduation, and we're a part of that, and that was awesome. And that was like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I have been to Tennessee. We've driven. It's like a 12-hour drive from Austin. Yeah, it's like 12 hours.
That's
Well,
what, about
closer to 16 probably. Now that I
800
think about it.
miles? Yeah.
We split it. We split it between myself and my brother, and then we drove quite a bit. And then I had to drive from his place in Dallas Fort Worth to my place in Austin. So it was like yet another road trip on top of the road trip.
Got it. Just, let's do a bottoms up, man. I got to get out of here. I'm getting a text from somebody. You know, I can't believe it's not midnight my time. It's only 8:30. But I got to go to Pizza Port. But we got 5 more minutes, man. I'm super stoked you're here. I'm glad everyone's here. Anything else we want to talk about or plug really fast? You know, besides
I got nothing. No, just other than
how many
like,
subscribers
our
you got?
Channels.
How many subscribers you got?
Probably five. Let me check.
512.
We were at 511 earlier. 512. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that got up to.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone that's subscribing, not just
Darren
subscribing,
Blackwood.
but watching and being a part of it too. And of course, thank you, CH, for having me on. Obviously, I'd still be at like 580, 570, or 470 or whatever it was.
Yeah, man, this is fun, man. It's always fun.
Obviously, a big thanks to you and what you've provided for my channel. So, and other channels too. I'm not the only person that you've helped grow. Keep that in mind. I'm one of like 10 channels that you have helped like continue to grow. So,
nah, man, you guys keep growing or keep putting out content, and I'll get you guys on here, man. And we'll talk about beer. We'll promote beer, and we'll have a good time, just like tonight, bro.
Awesome.
Buenos
Well,
noches,
once you get to channel, let me know, man. Once you get to Austin, rather, let me know. We can we'll make sure to have you over.
Absolutely.
We like doing game nights, so like I'm not sure if you're big on board games, but we love board games here.
Dude, I'll smoke everybody at Monopoly. All right, Just, I'm going to put your channel on one last time. Steven Delgado is asking for the channel link. This is for Steven Delgado. This is just his channel.
Thank you, everyone.
Please subscribe.
Feel free to. Yeah, I've got a couple things in the works
Rob
right
Barnes
now,
is
but
still here, man.
If I feel up to it, I'll continue editing that single hop session hazy, even though, as we saw, it's not crazy hazy now. So we'll go from there. But if you do end up following or if you do end up subscribing, you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
AlyazMohammed. All right, I'm out, Brajas.
Wow, Alyaz, one more time.
Hope to have you here in Austin, CH.
Yeah,
and Just
like
would be down to meet up, man. Sounds like all you guys are from
hell yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, it sounds like we got a few other people. Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Rock and roll,
DM
man.
There. I'm at breweries all the time. We can definitely meet up somewhere. I'm trying to do my blind taste tests in breweries now. So if that's possible, you can definitely be a part of that. We very much like having guests on for my my tasting. So hit me up. We can make it happen.
Rock and roll, man. Just, you got some more subscribers out of this. Steven Delgado subscribed to you. Patrick G subscribed to you. Theron subscribed to you. Ron Barnes subscribed to you, man.
Ron Barnes, thank you so much. Yeah, it looks like we got quite a bit now.
All right, everybody.
I hope I can maintain the expectation that I brought here. I hope I keep it up.
Just keep it going, man. Shout out to Jake Weichman, man. Good looking out, man. Florida Dave. We're gonna get out of here. Jay Falk, what up? CH and Just, much love from Denmark. Just woke up. All right, here's the barrage out in Denmark. Here's for Jay Falk. Here we go. Here's the real NBC. Don't leave yet. I got to get out of here. I'm going to come back on for another 4-hour stream at 1 in the morning. Margin Cabin. All right, here we go, Brash. To the blood of our enemies, to simpler times. That was good.
No problem.
Woo! Just have a good night, man.
Have a good night. Thanks, everyone. Thanks again, CH, for having me on.
I'll
see you guys next week.